The following sports broadcast is brought to you by our title sponsor, Greer and Maggard Orthodontics, Dingy Beef Jerky, Bluegrass Orthopedics, Simply Great Soaps, Lexington Diagnostic Center, Crown Trophy, Bluegrass McDonald's, All Sports in the Fayette Mall, Atkinson Sims and Commode PLLC, Whitaker Bank, Alt 32, and by Rafferty's. We now take you to the ball game, live in HD video on PrepSpin.
Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to Tates Creek High School tonight for high school football here on PrepSpin. Gary Ball with the old ball coach, Coach Mike Meehan on color, William Warfield producing and directing tonight here on PrepSpin. We got a good one, Coach. Madison Central comes in 3-3 record, coached by Mark Centers, and you got Tates Creek 4-2. And they probably feel like they should be coming into this 5-1 after that Danville game last week, Coach. I'm going to do some adjusting there for you. And so two good football teams, and we thought last week would be a good game when Bryan Station came calling to Douglas. It was a good game, and we think tonight looks on paper like to be a really good high school football game.
It looks on paper like a really good high school football game. I think Tates Creek had trouble with Danville last week, but Madison Central destroyed Bourbon County 52-7, I think it was. So they've got an offense. So it'll be interesting to see how they match up.
You know, I'm interested to see this multiple back that Madison Central has with Gavin Holberg, the senior running back, and Antoine Warford and Ethan Hahn and those guys. And we got the national anthem here at Tates Creek High School. Keep it right here. That is the Tates Creek Marching Band with tonight's national anthem. A lot of controversy over that song right now with the national anthem, Coach.
But I tell you what, I love a good band playing it.
Yes.
Above singers. I know they have some really good singers. They get students sometimes at these high school games.
Right.
But a good band like the Tates Creek Band, very impressed.
Well, Coach, Tates Creek comes in a little banged up, according to Antoine Sims, the head football coach. He said we've got a couple of kids that are doubtful for this game coming out of that Danville game. But I tell you what, we talked about the running back by committee for Madison Central with Holberg, Warford, Hahn and company. How about Tates Creek? You know, we saw it here firsthand against Henry Clay early in the year. This LaRon Warner and Tiante White, that's a really good 1-2 punch there in the backfield for Tates Creek.
They can do a whole lot of things, and one thing they can do is they can catch the ball out of the backfield too,
Yes,
if
sir.
they need to throw the football. But those guys can run. Both teams have good offenses. I'm not concerned about the offenses. I'm really, really interested to see how these defenses match up.
We'll give Mr. Warfield a break here, a commercial break, come back with the starting lineups. The captains are making their way out on the field here. This is Roy Walton Stadium, Gary Mayweather Field here at Tates Creek. We'll come back. We have the starting lineups and the kickoff here on PrepSpin, the Greer Maggard High School Football Game of the Week here tonight, the home of the Commodores.
take a little walk with me. I'll keep you in good company and be there for you to the end. You'll never be alone, my friend.
All S, all P, all O, R T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Over 30,000 Kentuckians are saving time and money by doing their banking online with Whitaker Electronic Banking.
341,000 transactions were made on the go last year using the Whitaker Bank mobile app.
Over 340,000 text alerts were sent last year with Whitaker Bank text banking.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Are you a Kentucky?
Gary Ball with Coach Mike Meehan, and William Warfield producing. Does just a tremendous job. You know, thanks to William Warfield for getting us on all these games. Got another good game coming up next Friday night, Coach. Hancock County at Douglas, back over off of Douglas High School, the new high school coach. And the thing that's interesting about it, it's the Mingy Beef Jerky Bowl over there next Friday. How about that? Should be a lot of Mingy Beef Jerky floating around over there.
I hope, and I hope we have some extra to come up here, too.
And listen to this, in 2 weeks, we got the game of the year. In 2 weeks from tonight, we'll be at Lexington Christian Academy. They will take on the Ads of Danville. That could be one of the best regular season games we've seen in quite some time.
Those two teams always play well against each other, too.
And they'll go into that game 8-0 for all intents and purposes. Tonight, Tates Creek and Central. Coaches got the glasses on the captains. They're out there meeting at midfield with the officials. We'll give you those officials here momentarily as well and give you the starting lineups as coach. And, Coach, what you got there on the coin?
Tates Creek has won the toss, and they're going to wait till the second half to make their decision, I tell you.
Yeah, so they'll defer to the second half. So Madison Central's offense should be out there barring a fumble. Drake Harris will be your center, a 295-pound junior. Blake Setzer and Chase Karzuski are your guards. They're outstanding. Left tackle is Chase Short, 6'1", 240-pound senior. Right tackle's Blake Hammonds. Big Blake. Listen to this size for Blake. 6'4", 315 pounds, Coach, the right tackle for Madison Central.
We'll keep an eye on him and see how he does.
Big number 53. Tight end is Cody Dillon, 6'3", junior, backed up by big 6'6", Blake Muntz, a 220-pounder. Quarterback will be Derek Miller for Madison Central. Miller's good size, Coach, for a high school quarterback. 6'4", 210-pound junior, Derek Miller, the quarterback for Madison Central.
Yeah, we like to see those juniors, too. We've seen a lot of really good juniors this year in high school football.
Running backs, Ethan Hahn, the 190-pounder. The fullback, Antoine Warford, 180-pound junior. And the other running back, Gavin Holberg, he's a 190-pound senior. Evan Harris is one of your wideouts, a 6', 180-pound senior. So Madison Central will receive. The Doors will counter with this offense, or this defensive unit. It'll be 4-2 defense. Garrett Belcher and Logan Ryan are the defensive ends. Brandon Tishner and Jacob Klein are your tackles. Klein may be going tonight. Possibility may not go. Tiante White is your middle linebacker, 200-pound senior. He makes a lot of plays. Cam Stewart is your other linebacker. Really, I talked to Coach Sims, Coach Meehan, and he said really White and Stewart have really been making most of the plays lately for Tates Creek on the defensive side of the football.
Well, the guys that make the tackles, they make the tackles because somebody else holds up those blockers. So everybody's involved in these defenses.
Dozier Combs will tee it up. In the secondary for Creek tonight, it'll be Jared Bauer if he goes. LaRon Warner's a free safety. Elliott Bryan will be back there at safety, and corner will be J.P. Hawkins if Baird can't go tonight. So Central's ready to receive. They send Hahn back deep. So Hahn is back there, and he's to the near side of the field. Trotting over to the far side of the field will be Warford. So Warford will be to the far, Hahn to the near. They're your deep men returning this kick here from Tates Creek. What do you think about the strategy to take the ball in the second half by Creek?
I think that's a good idea. You know, you're really going to have to – you're thinking about your defense and see how well they can play right away, establish a field position. That's a good job, good idea.
So here's Combs into it for Creek, and we're underway for high school football. And it will be Hahn back near the goal line. Brings it out to the 10, 15. Hahn, and he's going to be tackle coach right there at the 17-yard line.
Yeah, really nice job in there. See, I've got the –
Dozier Combs kicks returned by number 1, Ethan Hahn.
like number 25 maybe made the tackle.
Tackle by number 42.
42.
Emmanuel Bowie. Ball is placed on the 18-yard line. First down, Madison Central.
They said Bowie, I believe, is
They
the number
said
they
Bowie,
gave us.
yeah.
42. Yeah, that would be. So Madison Central on the offensive side.
Another spread team.
Miller fakes, looks to pass, fires downfield, and it's going to be incomplete. It bounced to the receiver. Good effort. The intended receiver downfield was Warford. He was trying to sell it, but it hit the ground. I could see it from here in the box. Incomplete. So Miller a little short there on that first pass. 0 for 1 now, Coach.
Right, and he released the receiver released into the window, and he was open in that window behind the linebackers underneath the safeties, but the ball was thrown a little short.
So 2nd down and 10 at the 18 for the Indians of Madison Central. 3 wins coming in. Tates Creek came in with 4 wins and probably thinking they should have 5 right now after that Danville game, right, Coach? It kind of imploded there in the last quarter. And the quarterback falls down, but does give it to the running back, and he's up to the 30-yard line, running hard to the second man through the hole there. And we're trying to get a number on that young man.
Carried by number 5. Gavin Holberg.
That was Holberg, Gavin Holberg, the senior, the ball carrier, Coach, and he picked up 12 yards and a first down. So Holberg's first carry is for good yardage.
Yes, and he's a good size kid, 6 foot, 190. Another senior. I love seeing these seniors playing football.
Triple receivers to the left, motion by Hahn. Miller slides left, gives to Holberg again, and he's to the 32, knocked backwards there, and coming up making the play was White, Deontay White. We said he'd make a lot of plays, and he helped out on that play.
They're running basically a power-off tackle against a tight trips, what we call bunch trips. Didn't get a block on the inside. Linebackers came up and cleaned up.
So I bring up 2nd down and 8 for Madison Central at their own 32-yard line. They're in the white with the red pants. Creek in the maroon with the sort of gray pants and the stripe. Pump fake, Miller getting in trouble. Miller rolls left, hit, and slammed down by Klein. Jacob Klein, the defensive tackle. Well, we love that young man, don't we?
Yeah, they ran two receivers out. Number 1, Hahn tried to get out, but he was held up. Quarterback had nobody to throw the football to.
So brings
nice
up
job.
3rd down and 7. They've got to get up to the 40, Coach, for a first down. And it is senior night here at Tates Creek, where the PA announcer tonight does a great job. Sean Yeri told us that the creek is rising tonight, Coach.
It is. He said that. It rolled my pant legs up, buddy.
3rd down and 7 for Miller. Miller looking down the middle. Stutters, throws it high, incomplete. He had his man up at the 40. He threw incomplete, intended for Dillon. Cody Dillon was the intended receiver, brings up 4th down. That will send back deep to receive. The punt will be Warner. And set to punt it away will be, I think Hatcher does all the kicking. Normally he does.
Other than that one run for 12 yards, Tates Creek really tightened up in there, did a great job. Really good job. Playing a good defense against this spread offensive load.
So we got Jeremy Cox punting. Here's the punt. And it's going to bounce at the 30. Roll down inside the 30, the 20, picked up at the 26-yard line. And that punt was by Jeremy Cox. 43 was your punter.
27-yard line.
The coach gave us the wrong punter. He said it was Hatcher.
Cox is a big man, 225 pounds. I'd say we've seen some of these punters we've seen all year, big linemen. Last week, Bryan Station had a big lineman punting the ball.
Creek's offense, Logan Ryan and Sammy Soraya as a guard, Garrett Belcher. Brendan Tishner's a tackle along with Clayton Cruz. Jared Bauer, Darrell Bell wideouts. Quarterback is Cameron Workman. LaRon Warner's your running back, and Jaden Baird and Gentry also will be wide receivers. And Workman is going to slide right, give to Warner. Bounces 30. Warner up to the 34-yard line. Nice run there by LaRon Warner. And Warner picks up about 7 yards on a nice run over the right side.
Yeah, Baker made the tackle, and Baker just locked those legs to make that tackle, or he would have gone even further.
So 2nd down. We'll check the Central defense after this Second down and 3. They've got to get to the 37. Give Warner again, dancing up, 35, trying to get to the 36. Just short of the first down. Well, I know it's right at that marker, isn't it, Coach?
Yeah, it's close. Another power play. They actually pulled the backside tackle to come through and lead the play. He's never got there. He just wasn't quick enough to beat the lineman. So they're going to call it third down.
Third, yeah. I thought from my call it was short, and it was just short. So Workman, good-sized quarterback. Gives now Warner again, and he leaps up. He's got the first down with the second effort. And big 75, Jordan Akihari making the stop. You got Jeremy Cox, Jesse Cox, defensive ends. Dan Baker, Colby Jackson, Jarrett Jewett, Jackson Jewett, Levi Gaskins. Corners Ben Snap, Brandon Abner. Safeties are Denton Witten, Kenton Humphrey. So those are your safeties. Here's rolling to the right, and they take it out to the 43. That's going to be Warner again with about a 4-yard pickup to the 42. Would be second down. It's just been Warner right every time, right up the middle one time, Coach.
Yeah, and that time they ran a zone run. Lineman kind of reached to the right, and he made the break to the outside and got decent yardage.
That was a nice replay there by William Moorfield. Second down at the 40. Shifting going on, and they slide. They give Warner again, this time up the middle, and he leaps up to the 43-yard line. Would be third and about 4 for the Commodores. They've already picked up one first down. Central was not able to get any first downs on their first offensive series.
It's kind
although they didn't know they had the 12-yard run.
Yeah, they had the 112. Really interesting. No huddle, pretty good tempo. Nice-looking quarterback for Tates Creek standing back there.
Yeah, Cameron Workman fakes. He's going to roll his first pass. No, he's not going to pass it. He's going to tuck it up to midfield. Workman all the way down to the 46-yard line. Finally stopped there. Looked like Denton Witt, the strong safety, number 29, looked like he came up to make the play, Coach, and that's not good when your safety's making the stop.
No, he actually tried to get the wide receiver, number 8, open on the outside. Ran a little curl, but he was covered.
Here's White. White to the right side, and he is strong down to the 41. So Tiante White, the senior running back, 200-pounder, picked up about 4, maybe 5. His first carry. So White picked up good yardage. You know, they like to interchange the good running backs, Warner and White, to keep those fresh legs in there, Coach.
Well, you know, it's a good idea when you have two guys like that, too.
7:38. Slide right. Jewett made that last stop. There's White trying to bounce it outside, and White going to be handled inside the 40-yard line. It's
good defense. They are doing a great job of scraping and getting to the outside.
Nice play there by Central's Levi Gaskins. I saw Denton Witt was in there too. They say they credit Witt, but Gaskins was the guy I saw making the play. Third down. Third down and 4 at the 40 for the Commodores on the march here. Workman checks the sideline for the play. He has Warner back in there at running back after White ran it the last couple of times. Has not thrown a completion yet. Here's Warner.
Nice.
And he is to the 30, and Warner down inside the 30-yard line. Nice 11-yard pickup for LaRon Warner, the senior running back. And, boy, I tell you what, Coach, we saw him run all over Henry Clay. Let's take a look at that. Might be
nice job, really nice job. He's quick. He's got that first really quick move at the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
To make that real fast cut, jump cut.
Workman has twins receivers both sides. Gives back to Warner. Warner running down inside of the 23-yard line off the left side. Warner making a nice run, pick up of about 6. Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard. No score here in the Mingy Beef Jerky. 6:19 to go, Coach. And I tell you, this Warner kid's running well.
Scoreboard, we've got a scoreboard on the screen now. It's
That's right.
Awesome. That's beautiful. We actually have a score.
Thanks to Mingy Beef Jerky. So
yes.
Second down and 4 for Workman. Workman back to pass this time. No, he's going to step it up, and he's going to be pulled down on a nice play turned in by Madison Central. And I tell you, that was a nice play by the Indians and making that play. Well, they say Gaskins, but I tell you who else helped out. And Cox.
Yeah.
Jesse Cox helped out on that play. Big time.
Madison Central's running that zone. They've got those safeties that cover two safeties back a good 10 yards. Tates Creek was looking to throw that football deep, and they can't get anything open.
Workman
deep.
pressure, steps up, rolls to the left, Workman sets, throws, and it is going to be knocked away over there. Good job by the defensive back to really cut in there and make that play. Knocking that ball away was Colby Jackson. I think it was 35, Coach. That's who I saw over there.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, did a nice job of going over and breaking it.
The defender was 25.
Brandon Abner was over there helping out on that play. Thanks to the WL Stats, we got some spotters there next to us.
Yeah, we love it. It's a little crowded up here, but I like having them.
We like having it. And here's the long field goal attempt, Coach.
About a 40-yarder.
Yeah, by Dozier Combs.
Wow.
Kick is up, and it is good by plenty. He kicked that. Wow, Coach. He kicked that about 45, 50 yards, didn't he?
Yes, he did. That was a good 40, 43, 44 yards, and it was easily
So 5:24, and Tates Creek with a Combs 40-yard field goal. They lead Madison Central 3-0 here on the Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard. And we'll be back here on PrepSpin, the White Greer Maggard Game of the Week. Wow, that was one of the best kicks
Are
I've
you a
seen all
Kentucky
year.
high school sports fan? Do you know where to find the latest news and information on your team, your competition, and high school sports action across the state? Join the fun and excitement at bluegrasspreps.com. You can support your favorite team, test your sports knowledge, and share news and views at bluegrasspreps.com for all the latest on Kentucky high school sports, other sports, and a whole world of lively discussion. Get on board at bluegrasspreps.com.
So Dozier Combs, who just kicked a 40-yard field goal, set to kick off for Tates Creek. They lead 3-0 here in the first quarter. Kick is back, Hahn drives back, and that will be a touchback in the end zone. They'll bring it out. So Madison Central, they got the nice run by Holberg of 12 yards their first possession, Coach. But really the quarterback, Miller, overshot a couple of receivers that were open. Of course, he had that one pass. The Antoine Warford was open, number 11, but he kind of bounced it to him.
Yeah, through short.
Tried to sell it.
Yeah, through short in that second level, there is a window between when the linebackers drop and the safeties, and he got open in that window. Now, if he would have let him go through that window, he'd have been covered. So,
referee tonight, John Schmoot. Umpire is Bill Hewlett. Head linesman is Joe Woods. Bernie Jenkins, your line judge, and Josh Hoddle is your back judge. Those are the officials in tonight's game. Give to Holberg, and he's up to the 34-yard line, picking up good yard. I tell you what, I like this Holberg kid because he runs north and south, and he runs hard, Coach.
Yes, he does. And
he's 190 pounds.
They seem like that's what they're going to try to do is establish that power run up the middle.
He got nearly 5 yards, second down for Madison Central. They find themselves trailing now 3-0 here with the 5-minute mark of the first quarter. We said this would be a good high school football game, and we're still going to hold true to that, Coach. I think this is going to be an outstanding game. We're still, of course, not even just barely over midway in the first quarter. Second down for Miller. Slides up, gives to the running back again, and he's going to be tripped up. I think that's Chenault. I believe that's Chenault. Yep, that's going to be Freddie Chenault, the senior running back, the ball carrier.
Yeah, he made that little break to the outside, but again, Tates Creek slides right down the line of scrimmage to make the tackle.
Yeah, that was a nice play there, Coach, by number 3. That's J.D. Hawkins made that play. What a play by Hawkins. Third down and 3 for Madison Central with Tates Creek leading 3-0 on a Combs 40-yard field goal. Coach, that would have been good from 45 or 50.
We've seen this. That's the best kicker we've seen all year.
Yeah, what a leg. So let's see what Derek Miller has for you. He's got a full house backfield. Fakes. Miller rolling to the right. Sets. Throws. Caught by Chenault. And Chenault takes it up to the 31, and he's got the first down. Good effort there by, that's just good recognition by number 23, Freddie Chenault, to know where that first down marker is, Coach.
And that was a good play. They ran a bootleg out there and released Chenault in the flat. He was open. There was nobody covering him. The Tates Creek secondary came up quickly, but not quick enough.
Not quick enough.
Stop that first down.
First down for Chenault.
I like Chenault. I like the way he plays.
Second first down for Central in this game and in this quarter. 3:42 to go. First. If you're just tuning in, it's Tates Creek and Madison Central. Gary Ball, Coach Mike Meehan, William Warfield producing. It's 3-0 Tates Creek. Here's Miller sliding right. Gives it to Holberg, and he dives up to about the 33, maybe the 34-yard line. A couple yards I'm
really impressed with the quarterback. His handoffs are smooth. he doesn't panic. He did that little bootleg. There was some pressure on him. He threw the ball nicely in there.
Deontay White, the linebacker, Coach. That's got to be White's, third tackle already in this first quarter?
He's all over the field right now.
2nd down and 7 for the Indians of Madison Central. As we said, they're in their white, red pants, blue helmets. Miller fakes, looks to pass, sets up, throws it deep down the left side. He's got Hahn down there, overthrows him at the 30-yard line. He had Ethan Hahn down the near sideline, and Miller laid it up there, Coach, but he overshot Hahn.
Yeah, they ran a little takeoff route on the outside out here, and actually Miller threw the ball at the right time. A lot of times quarterbacks wait too long to throw the football. He threw it at the right time, just overthrew it.
He does have the one completion to Chenault for a first down, speaking of Derek Miller, the junior quarterback.
Yeah, the idea is for the quarterback to release the ball when the receiver is even with the defensive back, because the defensive back is backpedaling, receiver's going forward.
Right.
Lead him down the field, but just don't lead him that far.
So timeout on the field, 2:51. Madison Central called their first timeout with 2:51 to go in the first period. And Coach, coming up at halftime, of course, you've got your UFOs, Unheralded Football Overachievers.
I do, and hopefully I'll have a little interview, a real quick interview with one of the manager, who's one of my UFOs for Madison Central.
And I know your UFO for Tates Creek. He did my Sunday morning radio show with me for a number of years.
Yeah, we're going to surprise him. We'll do a UFO on the famous Jonathan Hawks.
Yes, sir. Tates Creek. He's the wide receivers coach and head track coach here for the Commodores. What a beautiful night for Thursday night football.
It is.
High school variety.
It's gorgeous.
William Moorfield producing here at Tates Creek.
We got a little break. What's going on with the Scholastic Ball Report this week?
Well, we got a good show coming up. Bath County, their nickname is the Cardiac Cats. You know why? They won their last game by knocking down a pass the last play of the game. They were down 21-0 in the game prior to that, came back and won 27-21. Okay, so they won 3 games and come from the Bath County Cardiac Cats. They're 5-1. Coach Pointer told me first time they've been 5-1 since 2009.
That'd be awesome. Watch that.
They're coming up, and our scholar athletes are from Sayre High School. And we got a feature on that pink. Here's Miller back to pass, looking left. Throws it out there. He's got a receiver, and he goes up and he drops it at the 40-yard line. Hahn had it for a moment, but as he came down, Ethan Hahn, obviously a primary target. That's the 3rd time he's gone to Hahn tonight.
Yeah, he went to Hahn into double coverage, but honestly, Cody Dillon was open on an out, a deep out pattern for the first down. There was nobody around him. You got to look for Dillon. I'm gonna keep an eye on him. Jeremy Cox.
Jeremy Cox. Yeah, Cox set the punt.
No, Jeremy Cox is out for the next 3 weeks. He said. Last 3 weeks. He's back today. Gotcha.
Punt bounces and it's going to go roll down inside the 35-yard line. That's where Creek will have the ball. The last time they had it, they moved it down and settled for. Well, you say settled. It was an excellent kick by Combs. The field goal was good. It's 3-0 here, Coach, and we have 2 minutes and 35. Look at that Minky beef jerky scoreboard there, man. That looks big time.
It does. It really is. William has done a super job with setting this equipment up. He came out here at 2:30 this afternoon to get everything ready here for this big game.
He is all over it, isn't he? So here come the Commodores. They lead 3-0. They got LaRon Warner at running back. They still got Cameron Workman. Workman's been a starter here, Coach, since his sophomore year. He started some his sophomore year, started last year, so he's a veteran quarterback. At the 35, Warner fires near side, and it's dropped there, intended to the near side. It's dropped. And
pass intended to number 13, Michaela Coffey, is incomplete.
That was Coffey, the intended receiver, McCaleb, and he wasn't listed as a starting or backup receiver. I thought we'd see a lot of Mason Gentry tonight, number 18.
Yeah.
Twins both sides for Workman. Fakes. Workman's going to tuck it. He's got some room, 45, and Workman all the way up to midfield. First pickup of about 13, 14 yards for Cam Workman. You know, pretty much when Workman's tucked it tonight, he's picked up some good yardage.
I believe they called that one from the box. Will you have a penalty on this play? I didn't see a flag.
Yep. Going to be against procedure against the Commodores. That'll take them back. That will nullify a big 14-yard run by the quarterback, Workman, up near midfield.
I think what happened was he saw something and he snapped that ball before everybody was ready. Did you notice that time they went right up to the line of scrimmage and snapped the football? Right. Well, people weren't ready for that play.
So
his own teammate jumped.
Be 2nd down at about 15 now. They've got to get up to the 46 for a first down. What will Workman do here for the Commodores offense? Workman has Warner slot to the left side, gives it to him inside. Warner running, and is going to be stopped there. Good defense by Madison Central. Nice play turned in by Jackson Jewett. Jackson Jewett, 220-pound junior. Boy, Jewett made a nice defensive play that time.
He's actually played really well in this game so far. He's taking on the blocks and making tackles.
Third down. Workman wanting to pass. He's rolling right. He's going to have to tuck, and he's going to be run out of bounds there by Big Jewett. Ran him out of bounds, and that's going to force a punt here by the Commodores.
It was smart. That was smart. Workman did a good job. He didn't have anybody open. There's no sense in trying to force the ball down the field, get an interception, and a big turnover might be the difference in this first half.
So Ben snap. Dozier Combs, who has the only points in this game with a 40-yard field goal, Coach, has kicked it from 40 yards out. Snap and Hahn back deep. Here's the low punt, end over end for Combs. Bounces 30, rolls back, and Snap's going to watch it roll back inside to the 20-yard line. That's where the Indians of Madison Central will take over, Coach, with their third offensive series already here for Madison Central, with no points on the board here with 1:31 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, they need to drive the football. They need to both of these teams are not doing a good job in the passing game. We've seen dropped balls on both teams. Settle down. Receivers got to settle down, look the ball in, make the catches. That's what they do in practice all day long, is catch a football.
Can't catch the ball, don't they, Coach?
Yeah.
Catch it in a game situation.
That's right.
You know, when it's Friday night lights are on, Coach, it's a little bit more pressure on the situation.
Yeah, but these guys can do it.
Motion by Hahn. Give it to him on a jet sweep. Hahn's got it, trying to get outside, and Hahn hemmed in, and he's going to be knocked out of bounds on the far side of the field. I think Deontay White got over there and got him, Coach.
Yeah, he did. He pinned him up against that official over there is what he did.
See if we can
there was nowhere to go.
See if we're going to look at that again. Not sure if we are, but Deontay White did a good job getting over there. Loss of 2, 2nd and 12.
I like his Tates Creek defense. I really do.
Yeah.
They're very quick. They get to the ball really well.
Jacob Klein, he's made a few nice plays already. We like that kid, don't we?
Yep.
So 2nd down. Their coach is over here for Creeker saying watch the tight end, because you know what I always say, Coach.
He's always open.
Chenault got some running room, and he's up to the 29-yard line. White again, I think, helping out on the play. But not before Chenault picked up about 10 yards. Remember, they lost a couple. So that's going to be 3rd and about 1.5 yards. A nice run there by Freddie Chenault.
Right, and with a minute to go in this in the first quarter, it'd be nice for them. Madison Central would be happy if they could drive the ball down and get some kind of score here. But at least get good field position for the beginning of the second.
Coach, Madison Central came down from Richmond, Kentucky, about a 35, 40-minute drive. And, of course, Lexington Tates Creek having an outstanding season. This is a district game tonight, if you're wondering, here at Roy Walton Stadium. Handoff, Holberg trying to fight for it, and I don't know. It's going to depend on the mark.
I
think he's about a half a yard shy.
I agree.
Holberg fought for it, fought hard, but there were a lot of Commodores there defensively who got up off the bottom of that pile, Coach.
Yeah, they're going to.
That was Stewart, the other linebacker. Cam Stewart got up off that pile.
Yeah, they came in and piled it up. They're going to let that clock run out, Gary, so they can go to the second quarter.
Yeah, they're just letting the clock run down to zeros, and that'll take us to the second quarter. The only points, a Dozier Combs 40-yard field goal, and that put Creek up 3-0. That's where we head to the second quarter. Tates Creek Commodores 3, Madison Central nothing here on the White Greer Maggard High School football game of the week, and you're looking at that beautiful Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard. We'll be back here. Second quarter action, 3-0 Creek on top of Madison Central.
My tax refund usually helps me out, but this year it was much lower than what it was supposed to be. This isn't enough to get me caught up. What am I supposed to do?
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy.
Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly 70,000 Kentucky customers every day.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
What's your starting five? How about this one? Mild, hot, Cajun, barbecue, and teriyaki. It's the flavors of Mingy Beef Jerky, each one handmade from Ronnie Mingy's all-natural recipe using top-quality beef. That's what makes Mingy Beef Jerky stand out. Take it from me, Tom Leach. Pick up a package today, and if you don't see it, ask for it. And check them out online at mingybeefjerky.com. That's MINGUA beefjerky.com. And go there today to see their newest product, Mingy Beef Jerky Meat Sticks in mild, hot, or honey barbecue.
Welcome back as we start second quarter, and they give it off right side to the 30, and still on his feet. Good running there up to the, still going. Nice job there by the ball carrier Holberg, and boy, Holberg was tough getting those tough yards, and he kept those legs churning. Coach, he got all the way up to the 37-yard line. Nice run there by Gavin Holberg.
Yeah, Gavin had 21 yards in that first quarter, so that adds to it there.
Quarterbacks didn't have big numbers. You mentioned that.
No, quarterbacks didn't have big numbers at all, actually. Passing, Cameron Workman was 0 for 2, and Derek Miller 1 for 5 with only a 4-yard gain.
So 1 for 7 combined.
Yeah. Not good at all.
These two teams like to put it on the ground, Coach.
And they're good at it. It's just a matter of finding out that little crease in that defense.
Derek Miller under center, slides right, gives to Holberg again. 40, Holberg. Knock ball is down the ground, and Creek may have it. Creek saying they got
They do.
Has the football.
Take a look at that on the replay, Gary. Here we go.
Yep, there's loose ball coming out of there. So Holberg lost it. Is recovered by Diamante Dobbins. Love these names. Diamante.
Yeah, well, that keeps you busy. That keeps you busy.
Well, just call him D.
We'll do that.
First down inside the 40 on the fumble recovery by Dobbins of Tates Creek. So Workman now as Creek gets twin receivers to the left, twin to the right. Slide, they give to Warner. Warner, and he's down about the 37, pickup of about 3 for LaRon Warner. Boy, I tell you, the first big turnover, Tates Creek comes up with the fumble recovery. Hewitt made that play. Jackson Jewett.
Jewett's all over the field.
Sounds like a tax company.
He's
Jackson
really.
Jewett. Is that a tax firm, Jackson Jewett? Gotcha.
Something like that.
Second down. Here's Warner again down to the 33. And, boy, I tell you what, this young man, we saw him come up huge. Matter of fact, I think in that Henry Clay game, Coach, he was our star of the game. Of course, remember tonight we got the McDonald's Bluegrass area McDonald's star of the game coming up after the game, and the Mingy Beef Jerky winning coach. All that coming up on our post. We had a lot of things to cover here on PrepSpin now, don't we? With McDonald's coming on board and Mingy Beef Jerky.
That's a really that star of the game's a really good idea, though. Those kids really look forward to that.
Third down for Cam Workman. Quick pass. Got his man, and he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage on a big-time play there. The catch was made, and it was hauled in there by Thomas Miles.
And Gaskins, I'm telling you what, you have got to block that guy.
Miles Thomas with the catch, and he didn't get anything, Coach. He lost 4, actually.
No, Gaskins came flying up there to make the tackle.
So fourth down for Workman. Sends Bauer in motion, rolls that way. Here comes pressure. Workman eludes it. Here comes more sets, throws, and it's caught at the 20 and breaking tackles and finally hauled down at the 20-yard line. And that was caught by number 11. We better put him down as that's Keyshawn Herron, Coach.
Keyshawn Herron did a really nice job on that.
I believe that's his second catch.
It's a nice job, 5'8", 150-pounder, and he got wide open in the middle.
Quickly up to the line at the 20, the Commodores, and they give down, diving down is Warner. He dives down to about the 13-yard line.
Nice job of running. He keeps his pads down over his ahead of his legs and keeps his shoulders down, and he can explode through the line of scrimmage.
Colby Jackson made that play, pickup of nearly 6. Warner again, he's hit and stopped right at the line of Jackson Jewett helped out, but who's going to get up off the bottom of that pile?
43.
Yeah, that's outstanding play there. That's Jeremy Cox. Jeremy Cox was questionable coming into this game, according to Coach Centers.
Well, he wasn't questionable.
No,
that
he wasn't
time.
questionable on that play, was he?
We have a player down. I think it was the running back.
So there is a player down. That's Warner Shea. He gets up. He's going to Coach Sims out there. Warner pops up, and he's going to be okay.
Yeah, he's a tough guy, no question.
But I like this Cox kid. You look at Jeremy, defensive end, and Jesse Cox, the other defensive end for the Indians, and you got the nose tackle goes 235 pounds.
Yeah, these guys are 225, 230 all the way across.
Madison Central came in with 3 wins, and Tates Creek with 4, and this is a big first district game for both teams.
It's a really big game, too, because these two teams, well, on paper, they're really evenly matched.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We talked about that. You're exactly right, Coach Meehan. So 3rd down and 5. They've got to get down just inside the 10, and Workman knows that. He has White in the backfield. Workman steps up. Workman rolling to the left. Workman, and he is going to get about the 11-yard line. Knocked out of bounds there. I think it was the inside linebacker Jackson Jewett, 56. So that'll bring up 4th down about a yard. And, Coach, it looks like they're going to go for it. Even though they got that outstanding kicker, Combs, we saw him kick a 40-yard field goal in the first quarter. It looks like they're going to go for it on 4th and about a yard, maybe a yard and a half.
Try to get him to jump, maybe going a little. Yep, they did.
They did. They came off side. Good call, Coach, and good call by Creek to draw them off sides with the inflection.
Gary, I'm looking at Jackson Jewett. Jackson Jewett in the first quarter had 6 tackles.
6 tackles in the first quarter.
And he's had like 3 already in this quarter.
Oh, he'll have double-figure tackles at halftime.
I like that young man, I'll tell you.
Man.
Tates Creek's a pretty smart team. They're doing a good job moving the ball down the field. They've got a nice running offense, good offensive lineman.
Got to watch Heron. He is split out here to the
near
side.
They're going to run the ball, Gary.
Yeah, well, you do have to watch Heron, though.
This is Tates Creek.
Yeah, Twins out to the top. This is Roy Walton Stadium. Right, Coach?
Right.
Fake. And they're going to throw it out to the near side. Caught and
well,
down to the 3-yard line. Caught by Jared Bauer. And, boy, I thought – let's take a look at that again, Coach. That quick pass out there. But I tell you what, Madison Central
they jumped
doing a great job. You know what it was? It was Ben Snap, the corner, number 14, who made that play.
Yeah, he came up on it very quickly.
Snap.
And actually it was a good throw out there.
And he said that, too, after he made the play. He said, snap.
No, I think the guys that he hit said snap.
Well, somebody did. So that brings up 2nd down and 3 at the 3-yard line. And they get back inside. He's not going anywhere, maybe about a yard. Good play. And big number 35, Colby Jackson, the junior linebacker, grabbed him. Warner was – boy, Jackson made a nice play.
They're just really good inside. Tates Creek needs to get on the corner.
Got to watch the pass here, Coach. I know it's 3rd and goal at about the 2. They give to Warner, and he's got to get a touchdown. Warner, White had 6-7 touchdowns coming in. Warner had 5, so that combination has really had a great year for Tates Creek, and Warner gets the 6 there, and it's 9-0.
Notice how Warner hit that off tackle play and just kept his legs moving. Watch this. He's going to hit that off tackle hole and then just keep his legs moving and run right through a tackle.
Yeah.
Right through the tackle.
Yeah, I'm trying to see who that was,
Nice
Coach.
job.
So touchdown. Here comes Combs in to try to make it 10-0 Commodores. 8 minutes to go in the first half.
This kid will kick an extra point all the way up to New Circle.
He sure will, and that kick is up, and it's perfect. 8-minute mark, and the Commodores on a 3-yard touchdown run by LaRon Warner, his 6th touchdown run of the season. And the Commodores on the Combs extra point. He also has a 40-yard field goal. They lead 10-0 here on the Mingy Beef Jerky Scoreboard Show, White Greer Maggard High School football game of the week. Coach Meehan coming up at halftime. You got your UFOs. You got a good one from Tates Creek, and also you got a good UFO from Madison Central.
Right, they're fun. I've got a couple really fun guys to deal with, and hopefully we'll get our young man from Madison Central up here. If he can, we'll get him up here.
And thanks again to Henry Clay, Clark County. Is that what?
Dunbar.
Oh, Henry Clay Dunbar. Okay. What is that, Coach? 13-0.
13-0 Henry Clay.
Yeah,
and thanks to WL Stats,
yeah.
Hugh Davis over here.
Hugh Davis.
Hugh Davis, he's giving us all kinds of information, so we like that.
Yeah, thank you, Hugh. He does a great job. He always helps us out over at Eastern Kentucky as well when we cover the regional tournament over there in basketball or whatever. The All-A's going to be busy over there this year with the All-A Classic and the regional tournament over there. Here's the kick, drives. Central back in the end zone will be a touchback. What can Madison Central do, Coach? You know, they've pretty much been a heavy dose of Holberg, which is good. He fumbled the last time, and you know what good teams do, Coach? When they get a turnover, they make it hurt. Creek made it hurt. They lead 10-0.
Well, they made it hurt on another Madison Central mistake, jumping off sides on that short yardage situation.
Good point.
Gave them a first down. They could take the ball in. Gave them 4 plays to get the ball in the end zone.
Exactly. So Central will have it, and
Central's got to throw the football, and they've got to catch the football.
Yeah, they've got some receivers.
And not look deep. These guys underneath are open. Tates Creek's running that cover 2. Sometimes they roll, but right now they're in the cover 2 with wide safeties.
Derek Miller fakes to Chenault, looks to pass, airs it out. He's got a receiver down there, and it's off his fingertips. That's the second time tonight. Hahn should have caught the football.
Yeah, they seem committed. We can watch the replay here. It was a good drop back. He throws a nice ball. He has a little bit of pressure on him, but it went right through his hands. The Tates Creek defender actually mistimed that jump.
Yeah. If Hahn catches that, that's 6 points.
Again, I'm just concerned that they're addicted to throwing deep here against this defense, and
go like medium range, 10, 15 yards down the middle. That's open.
Or little dig routes by the tight end underneath.
So second down, and the big tight end, Blake Munt, 6'6" junior, out to the right. They give now running hard. That's Holberg, and he takes up to the 28-yard line.
He does run hard. I tell you, he ran right through a tackle, too.
No, that was Warford. Excuse me. That was Warford. Warford, the ball carrier.
We're a long way from the football field up here.
Yeah, but Warford picked up good yardage, Coach. That's going to be 3rd and about 2. That's Antoine Warford, and you know that Warford name, Larry Warford, played the line at UK and now playing for the Detroit Lions. That's still with the Lions, isn't he?
6 foot 280, coming in the game right now.
Sliding.
Blake Francis.
And second man, Chenault. He's got the first down. Good effort by Freddie Chenault. So he got the first down up to the 31. So they're moving the chains. They've got 7:07 here in the first half. And you have a 10-0 lead. Warner has a touchdown for Creek, and Combs has a 40-yard field goal, and that's the points 10-0. But that was a good effort there by Chenault, picking up the first down.
Right, just drive the football. It's tough to run against this Tates Creek team, but if you stay ahead of the chains, where you have that
that's right.
2nd or 3rd and 3, 2nd and 5, you can get the ball down the field.
Miller looking left, throws high, caught. And it's going to be up to the 35-yard line. Good defense by Creek.
It is amazing to me how well these high school kids react to those passes.
Hahn with the catch. So Ethan Hahn made a nice catch. Went up and climbed up for that one. What that will do, Coach, after dropping a couple, like you said, deep passes, go shorter, that will give Hahn and the quarterback some confidence that he's going to catch the football with that nice going up, climbing the ladder to pull that one in.
Well, they're going to have to do that because, like I said, the Tates Creek secondary is backed way off these receivers running zones, and they're 10. Even the corners are 10 yards off.
Motion by Hahn.
It might have been offside.
Get back inside and running hard, Chenault, and he's got the first down to the 41-yard line. I tell you, nice job. I tell you what I saw out there, Karczewski, the guard, pulled out there, Coach, and, man, big number 74 was leading the way for Freddie Chenault.
There was a big hole, I tell you that. That was a big hole. Good job of running the football. They found a little crease in there now on those trap plays they can run.
Another first down at the 41-yard line for 6'4" junior quarterback Derek Miller. And he gives now to Warford. Warford dancing, Warford, and he's going to be tackled after maybe a 2-yard pickup to the 43-yard line. 5 minutes, 39 seconds here in the first half. If you're just tuning in, you see the beautiful Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard there. It's Tates Creek 10 and Madison Central nothing. Gary Ball, Mike Meehan, and William Warfield.
That was basically it was a wing T play, like Scott County runs that so well. A wing T motion power play, but Tates Creek was ready for it. Big down here.
Miller as see what they're going to do here. Yep. Missed spot. Somebody kicked it, I believe, inadvertently. You better not kick that ball on purpose. I know that could be a penalty.
It can be. All right.
Second down. They've got to get up. They've got to get into Creek territory, and there's movement there. And we do see a flag by the line judge, and that's going to be against the Commodores. So instead of 2nd and 8, it'll be 2nd and about 3.
Right. This is where they want to be. They want to move that ball closer to those chains if they can.
How big would it be for the Central to get a touchdown here before halftime? I know we still got 5 minutes to go, but they're down 10-0. They haven't put any points up on the board yet.
It would be great, but again, they've got to be patient to do it. They're doing a good job on their running plays. Now they finally decided they're going to throw the ball to Hahn and throw the ball short.
Right.
They just got to be patient. Don't try that long bomb unless you know the play's going to be there.
So 2nd and short after the penalty for Miller. Motion by Hahn. A fakes to him. Here comes. He's hit as he releases it. And incomplete. Boy, Miller really took a shot as he released the ball.
Miller's pass is incomplete.
He was lucky that wasn't intercepted.
Jacob Klein put the hit on him, Coach. You know, that doesn't go in the stats. That's just an incomplete pass, but Klein is the reason that was an incomplete pass.
Put the pressure on him exactly. Tates Creek did a nice little job. I don't know if people could see it, but they started out in what looked like a wide zone roll and then shifted back to their normal zone defense. That was pretty smart.
So 3rd down and 3 for Miller. Movement again, but I think Creek didn't jump. They didn't. In fact, left to Chenault. He's driving hard. First down. Freddie Chenault into Creek territory to the 40. Young man's running hard. 5'10", 210-pound senior Freddie Chenault. First down.
He's running really hard. That was just a simple off-tackle play, and he just pushed it to the – like you mentioned to him before, he knew where the sticks were. He went to the sideline, went to the sticks, and got the first down.
Big 59 coming off there for the Commodores. That's Blake Francis. He's coming
Chenault, 5 carries for 26 yards.
So that's over 5 yards a tote.
Yep.
First down and 10 for the Indians. Motion to the near side. Miller gives now to
Nothing
Hahn.
there.
Nothing there for Hahn as he stopped it maybe a half a yard. We are at Roy Walton Stadium, Gary Mayweather Field here, campus of Tates Creek. And coming up at halftime, Coach Mike Meehan will have his unheralded football overachievers here tonight as become a staple here on the broadcast the last several years. 2nd down. Very little gain on that one, Coach. Miller straight back to pass. Steps up. Throws it deep downfield again. He's got a receiver down there, and it is caught, and it is going to be a touchdown.
Same thing. The same play.
That was Hahn. Yeah, Hahn hauled it in that time. Ethan Hahn.
But again, it was well covered. Watch on the replay. The defender mistimes his jump again. Watch this. Good drive. He's covered. Boom. See that?
Yep.
When you're in front of that receiver like that, you have to be sure you go up through his shoulders, through his body to make that catch, to make that interception or knock it down.
Swinging gate. Now we'll have the extra point. 85 is going to be the place kicker, William Jacobs, it looks like.
They better hurry this up. They're going to get it.
Hard to see the numbers way up here. I think that is 85.
It is 85?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe it is 25.
So it is 25, not 85. Hard to see the number. Jordan Hatcher. So Jordan Hatcher. So Hatcher with the extra point and makes it 10-7, Coach. You know, a long pass touchdown by Hahn hauled in there, and Hatcher with the extra point. New football game, 10-7.
10-7, and basically, you asked me right before then. You said, "Well, wouldn't it be good, or what would it mean to drive the football down and score before the half?" Well, that's fine, but you have 3 minutes and 42 seconds.
Right, and you give the ball to Creek.
Right, exactly. And if they get good field position on this return, wow.
That was a 10-play drive. Took up 80 yards, and they used 4 minutes and 18 seconds to get right back in this football game. Thank you, Hugh Davis from WL Stats. But and an 80-yard drive.
And that's what they have to do. They have to drive the football against Tates Creek, occupy a lot of the time.
So listen to that. 10 plays, 80 yards. They got 8 yards average per play.
They did, but a lot of that was on the last pass that he threw to Hahn.
Long touchdown pass from Miller to Hahn, and they're back in at 10-7. Here's the kick from Central, and that's going to be Warner 10, Warner 15-20, Warner 20, and slam down just shy of the 25-yard line.
Just good coverage, but you have to find some people that'll block those guys coming down the field. There was nobody blocked on that.
Yep, and I saw 28. I saw Julius Dre, 28, making the play there. So here come the Commodores after they see Madison Central scoring a long pass play from Miller to Ethan Hahn, nearly 50 yards, and it's 3:35. And here come the Commodores. Cameron Workman, quick pass, and it's caught out there, and it's caught by Bauer, and Bauer's going to leap up. He looked like he's going to run it. They didn't bite. He threw it out to the near side. Bauer's there, but Central really covered that well. That could have been a big play.
Yeah, these defensive backs, number 14 for Madison Central, he comes up so quickly, snap. Well, he just gets there so fast they can't make any yardage on it.
Second down. Workman's going to tuck it, and he's near the 29, picks up maybe 2 yards, or to be third down and a long 4 for the Commodores.
I tell you, that ball was perfectly played by number 20 out there, the defensive end.
Yeah, they're playing a lot of guys tonight. That was Tyler Story, 20, making that play. Third down and a long 4. Workman looking. Here comes pressure. Cameron rolls left, still under pressure. Fires it, and it's tipped away there. Tipped away by outstanding Tyler Story. Number 20 tipped it away and it was intended for Keyshawn Herron.
That was really, really well played that time. They put a lot of pressure on Miller. He tried to get outside.
So Hahn and Snap will go back deep to receive this punt forthcoming here from Dozier. And, momentum right now, without a doubt, is in Madison Central's favor. They got the stop there after the touchdown, and they've got 2:37 here with a couple of timeouts left. They're going to try to – here's the Combs punt, and it'll drive Hahn back. He goes back 25. Here comes Hahn 30. Hahn to the 35. Hahn still on his feet, 40. Hahn 45, midfield, down the far sideline. Hahn is finally knocked out of bounds at the 43-yard line. Ethan Hahn with a spectacular punt return of about 35 yards.
He did a really nice job on that. Actually, the wall was to the right.
Yeah.
But he broke it away from the wall to the left side and got on the sideline.
That time he was tackled by the sideline going over first.
Yes, he was. He
ran
out of room.
Look at the field position for Central to try to take the lead here for the first time in this game with 2:20 to go in the first half and a couple of timeouts left.
Big Mo's turned their way. Tates Creek's got to buckle down here.
So first down, and they'll start in Tates Creek territory at the 42-yard line. For the Chenault's got the handoff. Chenault, and he's going to be tackled inside the 40-yard line. And the play was made by Cam Stewart, the linebacker. Stewart making the play there.
Stewart was the only one left, other than the safety. That was a really nice job by Stewart to lock him up.
So pick up of about 3. Nice play by Stewart. Fake to Chenault. Miller wanting to pass, throws it, and it is incomplete, trying to get it over to his receiver, Cody Dillon. Dillon was the prime target, coach, and it's incomplete.
Standard rule quarterbacks, don't throw late across the middle. That's a bad thing to do. You get yourself intercepted unless you're one of these professionals that can do it, like some of these really good quarterbacks in the pros. You can't do that. You can't run to your left, throw back across your body to the right, and expect a good pass.
So, Coach, you had great field position. Now you're faced, after the penalty, with third and long, about 13 yards, back to the 44-yard line. You've got to get down to the 30, inside the 32 for a first down. So it's going to be a third and about 12. Targeting was the penalty we hear?
No, couldn't have been.
Yeah. Head to helmet contact, they said. So third down and 12 for Miller. Miller rolling to the right. Here comes backside, steps up, throws it downfield, and it is intercepted. Warner's Warner's got the pick. Warner 40. Warner, he's at midfield. Here's a flag. That's going to be a block in the back, I believe.
It looks like it right there on the sideline.
Intercepted by LaRon Warner, his third pick of the season.
Miller's guessing. Can't guess against this good Tates Creek defense.
No.
They're too experienced.
Well, the pressure got to him, Coach, and he had to step up, throw it off balance, and it was short. And Warner, it wasn't even close. Warner stepped in there and picked it off easily.
It's better to eat that ball. When you're a junior, you got to learn to do that. Live another day.
That penalty is going to be against the Commodores. So instead of the ball down near the 40, with just a minute 40 to go here in this first half of action here on the PrepSpin.com Game of the Week. Thanks to William Moorfield, our king of stream, for all the great setup here at the Roy Walton Stadium. And it is Gary Mayweather Field. That's a mouthful.
Yep.
But everybody knows Roy Walton. You say the name Roy Walton, it's almost like saying Mike Meehan. Everybody knows who that is.
No, everybody knows Roy. Roy was around. He was a mentor to a lot of people. I didn't have a lot of well, actually I did when I was at Brown Station as an assistant, but coaching against him.
Right.
Boy, he was stubborn with his running game, though, man. They would run the football.
3 yards and a cloud of dust.
A cloud of your dust. I mean, they would golly, they power.
Yeah.
They used to have fullbacks that would just eat you alive.
And they've kind of, under Antoine Sims, a former offensive lineman, they've kind of gotten back to that power game.
They have, but they're in that spread offensive look too.
Yeah.
A little bit of pistol formation.
Well, this is a huge penalty, Coach.
It was unsportsmanlike conduct.
Yeah, unsportsmanlike, 22-yard line. Instead of having it down near the 40 of Central, they're back at their own 22. That is a huge difference with a minute 40 to go in the first half. 10-7 football game. Tates Creek on top of Madison Central. Workman sets, fires, throws, caught, 25, and to the 27-yard line.
Aren't you impressed with the tackling of Madison Central? They just come up and lock those legs.
DJ Clay. DJ
Nice
Clay.
job. Tates Creek's in a hurry here.
So Clay picks up about 4. Second down and 6. Second down for Workman. Fakes to White, fires right side, caught. Down the far side, that's Gentry. Takes it up to the 37-yard line.
The fake is to hold those linebackers so they don't run out there and make that tackle quickly. They're throwing the short.
Gentry got the first down to the 35. His first catch with a sophomore who had a sensational game when we were here for Henry Clay. So first down at the 35. Workman deep drop, and it's incomplete, trying to go a little bubble screen to Warner.
Just can't hold on to the football, just dropping the ball off his hands. A nice throw.
Sean Urey, the public address announcer, he does a fantastic job.
Yeah, he really does.
He doesn't. I don't think he's got a spotter, or does? Yeah, he's got a spotter. Yeah, he's got a spotter over there because he's right on it. 1:04 here. 10-7, William. Good football game. Another good game here tonight on PrepSpin. We know how to pick them, don't we? Twins to the bottom. Here comes motion for Workman. Workman back, and he fires it out there. Incomplete.
He's got to get that ball up a little bit. When you throw, he's throwing a decent ball, but he's throwing it a little low. And when you are running and you throw it where your thighs are, you have a tendency to bring those legs up and knock that ball loose.
Gentry, who had the catch in first down run after the catch earlier, dropped that one. Brings up 3rd and 10 with just 59 seconds in the first half. 10-7 football game. Commodores leading the Madison Central Indians here from Lexington Tates Creek High School. Thursday night football with fall break going on in Fayette County. Pass downfield. What a great catch by Bauer. He's breaking tackles down to the 40-yard line. Jared Bauer. He was a little shaken up on that last play, Coach. They ran him to his knees after the drop.
Yeah.
And let's take a look at that again. Boy, that's a great pass there. Well, look at that, Coach. That was a nice catch by Bauer.
It was a good catch. Caught him in a crowd and put the ball away. Nice job.
And you're only about, what, Coach, 10 yards from being in Combs' field goal range. Here's quarterback Workman. Looks back inside, and breaks the tackle, and he's to the 40, and Workman still running down to the 37, doing his best Walker Wood imitation there. Man, oh, man. Here's a flag down, though, with 30 seconds.
Might have been a face mask on that tackle. You know, you don't have to grab the face mask to get that penalty. You can grab any opening of the helmet, and it's a penalty.
Didn't that kind of remind you of Walker on that run a
It
little
did.
bit?
It did.
Walker Wood, of course, with Kentucky now. Face mask. Well, they're in field goal range now with that face mask penalty, Coach. 30 seconds. They want more than a field goal. They got 30 seconds.
Well, that kid kicking, they were in field goal range when they came out of the tunnel.
That's true. That's true. He kicked one earlier from 40 that would have been good from 50. Talking about Dozier Combs. And let's look, and I think Combs, he is a senior. I don't wonder why. There's got to be some colleges looking at that guy.
I would
with
hope.
that leg. Timeout, Commodores. 25 seconds here in the first half. They lead 10-7 on a LaRon Warner 3-yard touchdown run. And, of course, the long pass for Madison Central went from quarterback Derek Miller to Ethan Hahn of about 50 yards. That's their only touchdown, Coach. And 10-7, good high school football game, which we kind of figured it would be.
And being we couldn't pass it up anyway, a district game like this, a big district football game. We're into that part of the schedule now
yes, sir.
where every game's got some meat to it. You know,
Got
it's
some
pretty
meaning,
good.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It really does.
So 10-7 game. Beautiful night for high school football. I tell you what, we've been blessed the last couple of weeks with this weather, Coach. The weather's been sensational.
Supposed to take a little nosedive on Sunday. Maybe next week we'll get some fall back for our game next week. Another big game next week.
We're back at Douglas, that beautiful facility, Gary McPeak. I hope you're ready for us again. The athletic director over there took care of us last week when we did the station game. How about that young man, that big kid from Station making Thursday, I think it was Sunday Night Football.
I've seen it. I've actually seen it on YouTube a bunch of times. Yeah.
Picked that 90-yard fumble up and took it to distance. Here's Workman. Workman, pressure backside. Workman, and he is going to be drugged down just shy of the first down. And who got in there and got him, Coach? I see a big lineman in there. 66. That's going to be Addison Marco.
Another big guy, I'll tell you. Marco's 6 foot 205.
Yep.
Quick. That hurt them. You know, that play hurt them because they didn't get the yardage they needed for the field goal attempt with 18 seconds.
Well, they'll try probably a long pass here. Wouldn't you try for the end zone here if you're
do they have any timeouts left?
They've called 2.
I think they've got one left.
One left. Yep.
They might try to. They could go ahead and throw the ball in the middle of the field. The middle of the field's open. They get the ball in the middle of the field and call that timeout.
So we're back there next Friday. Douglas takes on Hancock County. And then in 2 weeks, a much anticipated showdown. It'll be Danville. In some polls, are number 1 in the state. Lexington Christian, in some polls, they're as high as 2 or 3 in the state. The team you coached to help coach to a state championship, I believe it was 2009, wasn't it, Coach?
Yep, and they're shooting for an undefeated season.
Yep.
So you're right. That is going to be a great game.
That's in 2 weeks. And, Coach, in 3 weeks, I will miss that game with you. I've got a commitment on the 27th. Here's Workman throwing deep down into the end zone, and it's going to be knocked away. Great defense down there. Knocked away there. And that was Snap. Ben Snap again.
He is playing a super football game. Snap had him covered and just got up and knocked the ball down.
Every time you say Snap, I'm going to go like that.
You know what? That's not the most irritating thing you've done. So
and it won't be the last.
No, it won't be the last.
So, 3rd down. And that's Warner. He's got some room. 20. Warner still running. 15.
Timeout,
Warner to the 11 with 4 seconds. And let's see. I think Creek with 4 seconds. They've got they've called their last timeout. That's when you're glad you saved them, isn't it, Coach?
No, absolutely. Having that one timeout with a good field goal kicker, you've got to do that.
At halftime, Coach, you will also have the WL Stats halftime, and you'll have your UFOs here at Roy Walton Stadium. First down for the Commodores near the 10-yard line. Coach, when you got a kicker like Combs, you go ahead and put the 3 up there. You got 4 seconds, or do you go for the end zone?
Oh, no, you put the 3 up there. You're winning 10-7. You know, they're just a field goal behind. You get the sure 3 points.
And we do know that Creek won the toss. They deferred. They will get the ball to start the second half as well. So they'll get the ball right back.
That's really important, too, in that decision. Really important in that decision.
Right. 10-7 here. It's been a good one here. 10-7. Tates Creek leading Madison Central. Gary Ball with Coach Mike Meehan. William Warfield producing here on PrepSpin. And we've got a tremendous night for Thursday night football. And the crowd has picked up. You know, even Madison Central along the way, their crowd's picked up over there.
The late arriving crowd at Tates Creek, though.
I think they forgot it was fall break, or they knew it was fall break, and they forgot about Thursday night football, one or the other. Or a combination of.
They're going for it.
They're going for it. That surprises us with that kicker. That'd be an automatic almost for Combs, but they're going for it. Let's see what they do here. You got to watch, as I said, you got to watch Heron. He's down to the bottom. You got triple receivers to the top for Workman. He's going to Workman, rolling left. Workman looking. Workman set, throws, and it's going to be incomplete.
Yeah, Snap knocked it out again, broke it up again.
Sure did. So Snap knocked that one out again. So that does it for the first half. We go to the locker room. It's been a good one. Lexington Tates Creek, LaRon Warner has their only touchdown run tonight. And a long pass from Miller to Hines, the only touchdown for Madison Central. We go to halftime with our UFOs and Coach Meehan. 10-7 is your halftime score. Tates Creek on top of Madison Central by a field goal here from the White Greer Maggard Game of the Week. We'll be back on PrepSpin.com, the Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard.
White Greer and Maggard Orthodontics. We believe that greatness is in the details. Each decision we make is for the benefit of our patients and our community. This means using industry-leading technology to help you achieve your goals and uncover your perfect smile. Our precision and efficiency results in an experience that is both pleasurable and affordable. White Greer and Maggard Orthodontics, applying precision and elegance to your smile.
Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 956 Kentucky charities and community events.
Employees of Whitaker Bank volunteered 14,860 hours to better our Kentucky communities.
93 nonprofits that promote diversity and inclusion in Kentucky are supported by Whitaker Bank.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
At Lexington Diagnostic Center, we love athletes.
We understand that when you are injured, the results of an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray can be the only thing keeping you off the field.
And that's what we're here for.
Same or next day appointments, front door parking, and our on-site radiologists make it easy for you to quickly get the results you and your doctor need. Call and compare prices.
We can save you hundreds of dollars.
We would love to help get you back in the game.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 496 Kentucky schools.
Over 282,000 students benefit from Whitaker Bank's Kentucky education initiatives.
Whitaker Bank has contributed almost $441,000 to education programs for the advancement of Kentucky's youth.
We share your passion, Kentucky.
Love the bank that loves you back.
Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Hi, this is Gary.
Region champions.
Welcome back to Tates Creek High School, campus of Tates Creek on Roy Walton Stadium. score at halftime is 10-7 in favor of Tates Creek over Madison Central. We're going to start right away and do our UFOs. Now, for those of you who have never watched this, what we do is years ago we decided that, and Dawson, you can listen to this. Years ago we decided that all years I was coaching, I noticed that there were so many people involved in the program that never got the recognition that they might deserve. Yeah. So what I started doing is contacting coaches the week before the game and getting some information and a name on someone who they think deserves a little extra credit. We call that the UFO, the Unheralded Football Overachiever. So today we got two, and we're going to start right away with Madison Central's UFO. Madison Central's UFO was Dawson Rule. Now, Dawson, those of you that are KSR listeners, is a frequent caller into the KSR radio show. Dawson is Madison Central's main man around the field, from what I hear. And we're going to talk a little bit about Dawson. We have him here. But first of all, let me tell you what Coach Centers said about you, all right?
Yeah.
Coach Centers said that Dawson, he asked Dawson to help last spring, and he jumped at the chance to be a Madison Central Indian. He's been a big help. He is quick to assist in a lot of different ways. Right now, he said you're going to be running footballs on the field. We'll talk to you about that first in a minute. Coach Centers said Dawson is talented, has a great attitude. You're a senior, and so you're a senior at Madison Central. Have you been at Madison Central all 3 years?
Yes, sir.
And you are a jack of all trades, supposedly, the Dawson of all trades. Tell me a little bit about what you do with the football program.
Well, when I got asked to help, it started with doing a little film for the team during practice, and that's fine, I can do that. But as the season progressed, I started asking to do more and more things. And for games, for example, I'm the ball boy, so I got to be right behind the ref, getting them ready for the ball and all that. So I just do a bunch of small things during the season.
From what I heard from different ball boys, you have to be a pretty mature person, because sometimes you hear some language, and sometimes you get bumped and you get knocked into and so on.
Frederick Douglass game, I got hit pretty hard in the arm, but shook it off.
Yeah, that was a good, that happens. I've heard of that before. And then you have to keep up with the official as he's going up and down the sideline too.
Yeah, I get to know him sometimes right before the game. Helps out a little bit to get when you know each other.
Well, tell me a little bit about your interests. You're a senior. Are you planning on going to college next year?
I am planning on going to college somewhere in the state of Kentucky. Right now I'm looking at Morehead State as a big possibility, probably to study communications and get into the sports field of that, like something you may be doing right now, or writing articles and all that. So.
Yeah, well, you can take our job if you want to. But we really enjoy what we do, and I bet you would be really good at that. Tell me a little bit about working with Coach Center and working with the coaching staff at Madison Central.
You know, Coach Centers and the coaching staff, they're real great guys. You know, I'm so glad we've got to know all them, know all the players. You know, Coach Centers is a great guy. Always preaching positivity. The coaches, especially I've gotten close with Coach Boone. He's a real cool guy. He's the wide receiver coach. And this coaching staff, each and every one of them, they're just great men. Great men.
And you really enjoy working with the football program.
I love it.
Well, that's really good. And finally, you know, I told you I wouldn't hold you here long because I know you've got a job to do down on the field. So finally, give me a little bit of insight about this team and what do you think their future is?
Well, this is a pretty big game because it's not set in stone, but the winner of this game has a pretty good set for winning district. And at Madison Central, we have not won district in football since 2011. So this is a very big game, and if we can win, it's looking pretty good for district this year.
Well, I tell you what, good luck to them. They're playing really good defense right now. Both teams are dropping the football a little bit, but you know, maybe you better do a better job of getting that ball dried off or whatever.
Yeah, get them a better ball.
Yeah, get them a better ball for that. But, again, congratulations on being our UFO this year and for this game. And good luck to you the rest of the year, buddy.
Thank you. It's nice doing the interview. Thank you.
All right, real quickly, William, Tates Creek's UFO, Jonathan Hawks. Jonathan is an assistant coach at Tates Creek. He's a receiver coach. He's also the head track coach. They introduced him and his team here at halftime. Jonathan played for the Horsemen, and here's a little known fact about Jonathan Hawks. He was a leading kick returner in the nation, and he played at Bemidji College, the Bemidji Beavers up in Minnesota. Actually, a friend of mine also played and went to Bemidji College, Frank Watson, who was the athletic director basketball coach at Dunbar back in the day. So congratulations to Tates Creek UFO, Unheralded Football Overachiever, Jonathan Hawks, and, of course, Madison Central's Dawson Rule. Appreciate talking to him. So let's take a little break right now. We'll get a few ads in, people that sponsor us and take care of us. This is the White Greer Maggard football game of the week here on PrepSpin.com.
Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of their 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
I used my credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington and now in London.
What's your starting five? How about this one? Mild, hot, Cajun, barbecue, and teriyaki. It's the flavors of Mingy Beef Jerky, each one handmade from Ronnie Mingy's all-natural recipe using top-quality beef. That's what makes Mingy Beef Jerky stand out. Take it from me, Tom Leach. Pick up a package today, and if you don't see it, ask for it. And check them out online at mingybeefjerky.com. That's M-I-N-G-U-A beefjerky.com. And go there today to see their newest product, Mingy Beef Jerky Meat Sticks in mild, hot, or honey barbecue.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S. Pick it up at all sports. Pick it up at all sports.
In Fayette Mall and allsportslex.com, locally owned and operated since 1972.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Over 30,000 Kentuckians are saving time and money by doing their banking online with Whitaker Electronic Banking.
341,000 transactions were made on the go last year using the Whitaker Bank mobile app.
Over 340,000 text alerts were sent last year with Whitaker Bank text banking.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Are you a Kentucky high school sports fan? Do you know where to find the latest news and information on your team, your competition, and high school sports action across the state? Join the fun and excitement at BluegrassPreps.com. You can support your favorite team, test your sports knowledge, and share news and views at BluegrassPreps.com for all the latest on Kentucky high school sports, other sports, and a whole world of lively discussion. Get on board at BluegrassPreps.com.
My tax refund usually helps me out, but this year it was much lower than what it was supposed to be. This isn't enough to get me caught up. What am I supposed to do?
Is this happening to you? We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode.
Bankruptcy could be your best solution.
We're here to give you a fresh financial start.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. The consultation is free in Lexington and now in London.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
There are 50 Whitaker Bank locations serving Kentucky communities just like mine.
61 Whitaker Bank ATMs throughout Kentucky make getting quick access to cash easy.
Whitaker Bank staff serves the needs of nearly 70,000 Kentucky customers every day.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
What's your starting 5? How about this one? Mild, hot, Cajun, barbecue, and teriyaki. It's the flavors of Mingy beef jerky, each one handmade from Ronnie Mingy's all-natural recipe using top-quality beef. That's what makes Mingy beef jerky stand out. Take it from me, Tom Leach. Pick up a package today, and if you don't see it, ask for it. And check them out online at mingybeefjerky.com. That's MINGUA beefjerky.com. And go there today to see their newest product, Mingy Beef Jerky Meat Sticks in mild, hot, or honey barbecue.
At White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, we believe that greatness is in the details. Each decision we make is for the benefit of our patients and our community. This means using industry-leading technology to help you achieve your goals and uncover your perfect smile. Our precision and efficiency results in an experience that is both pleasurable and affordable. White, Greer, and Maggard Orthodontics, applying precision and elegance to your smile.
Folks, this is
Welcome back, Tates Creek High School, Roy Walton Stadium here at beautiful Tates Creek High School on a beautiful night. Score at halftime 10-7 in favor of Tates Creek over Madison Central. Good defensive game. Let's talk defense. We don't normally talk defense right away, Gary. Let's take a look at this Jackson Jewett from Madison Central.
Yeah, the not the law firm, but the tax service.
The tax service, yeah. Jackson Jewett. He has 9 total tackles, 6 individual tackles, 3 assisted tackles, and 2 quarterback hurries.
Yes, sir.
Got in there at the quarterback. So I'd say he's having a great night. Ben Snap also having a good night.
Uh-oh, wait a minute. Did you say it?
Ben Snap having a good night. Ben Snap has 4 tackles, but he also knocked down about three balls. Just doing a super job. For Tates Creek tackles, Deontay White has 5 tackles, Cam Stewart 5 tackles, and Isaiah McFarland has 5 tackles. So they're doing a really good job of playing defense. This is one of the better defensive games that we've seen. Let's take a look at this some of the stats from the first half. First downs pretty even. 7 for Madison Central, 8 for Tates Creek. Passing yards, 55 total yards. For Tates Creek, that's out of 11 attempts, 3 completions, 1 interception for Madison Central. 14 attempts, 7 completions for Tates Creek for Miller. Total offensive plays and yards, total offensive yards, 125 yards for Madison Central, 155 yards for the Commodores of Tates Creek. You know, it's really funny. I'm going to make this statement. I probably coached against Tates Creek, let's see, probably in the 30 years that I coached, I probably coached against them, twice a year, maybe 15, 20, 30 times. They've thrown the ball more in the first half than they did in all those years combined.
How many
they never threw the ball. Well, I don't even want to talk about that right now. Let's just talk about the number they've thrown. Yeah, completions, they're actually 7 for 14, it says here.
50%.
Yeah, 155 yards. Again, both teams are playing pretty clean games, no fumbles either way. Fumbles lost. Well, I think Madison Central lost 1 fumble. And penalties, 15 yards against Madison Central, 25 yards against Tates Creek. One of the 5-yard penalties against Madison Central was a big one.
Yes, sir.
Giving them a first down when they went on a long count and made him jump off sides.
And you were talking about Jackson Jewett and his 9 tackles, Coach. He'll be right back out there to start the second half unless Creek fumbles a kick return because they'll get the ball to start the second half.
Again, the Tates Creek deferred when they won the coin toss, and that's a pretty good thing to do. Now you can see that with a 10-7 lead. Although, you know, I still think it might have been a good idea to kick that field goal right at the end of the first half.
Yeah, I think I'd take the 3 there. I totally agree with you, Coach.
Yeah, but
I'd
that's
take
all
the
right.
3 there. You're up 6, and it takes a touchdown to tie you now. You know, you're only up a field goal.
Yeah, and I think Coach Sims just decided, well, you know what, we're down here. Let's give it a shot and see how we do. LaRon Warner for Tates Creek had 15 carries for 74 yards. Cameron Workman, 7 carries for 21 yards. Deontay White, 2 for 6. Holberg, 7 carries for 31 yards. And Freddie Chenault, ran hard.
I like that combination there. You know, you look at that combination, Holberg and Chenault, 13 carries, 60 yards for those two guys, and that's a pretty good combo.
It is, and they keep alternating him. And Chenault's a hard running guy.
Yes, he
just
is. So
pounds
is Holberg for his height. He's got good weight at 185, 190, but he's listed on our sheet at about 5'8".
Derek Miller is 3 for 11, passing for 55 yards and 1 touchdown, and Cameron Workman 7 for 14. No touchdown, no interceptions for him, and 56 yards. Receiving Ethan Hahn, we like him, 2 for 51 yards. Jared Bauer for Tates Creek, 3 for 31 yards, Gary.
So Coffee will go back deep, but the deep guy will be Jerron Warner, the outstanding running back who had, 74 yards in that first half and a touchdown for Warner?
74 yards and a touchdown, and I'm telling you what, this could be this game could go right down to the wire.
So set to kick off the Madison Central Indians. Mullins set to kick, number 88, and here's the kick. He's into it, as we said, and that's going to be a whistle. It went right to Coffee.
Flag prior to the kick.
Offsides against the kicking team, probably.
Yep. Jared Mullins will have to kick it again. Big number 88. And, we talked about the Muntz kid, the backup tight end, Blake Muntz. He is the son of Drew Muntz, who's the principal at Madison Central. And, of course, his mother is a outstanding commentator. She does the KHSAA Girls Sweet 16 every year for the network. We call her Mama Muntz is what we call her.
That's nice. And I'm sure his
Julie.
Gigantic son calls her that, too.
He's 6'6", 220. Plays
Big
basketball,
man.
too, at Central for Coach Feldhouse. So we're starting the second half with a penalty. Here's the kick coming from Dries Warner back to the 10. Mullins out to the Warner to 20. Warner running 30, and he's at the 40. Far sideline, finally run out of bounds and by the kicker over there on the far sideline, and see where the official marks him. Great return up to the Warner 47, and Coach, he took that in at the 10. That was a 37-yard return. How about that?
You got a 10-7 lead. You deferred to get the ball in the second half. You begin the second half with a penalty against the kicking team. They get a good kickoff. You get a good return. You have good field position. Things are going their way right now. Let's see how the Commodores do.
Second half underway here at Roy Walton Stadium. 10-7 score for Tates Creek Commodores leading Madison Central. Gary Ball, Coach Mike Mee, and William Warfield. Workman out of the shotgun from the 47. Side handoff gives to White. Deontay White midfield. White leaps over guys and dives down close to the first down marker, and that gets the Tates Creek sideline fired up with that effort. Look at that again, Coach.
Look at that replay. Watch him go over top of that.
Boom! Man, what an effort by Deontay White.
These Tates Creek runners can really, really push it. They've got great.
He got 11. First down. So, that kick return by Warner seemed to fire up the team a little bit. Another give to White. Spun around and tripped up. And nice stop there by number 43, Jeremy Cox, making that play.
Jeremy got a big arm in there and knocked that down. Did a really good job of keeping his outside shoulder free so we couldn't get outside. So
next Friday night, we're back to Douglas High School for the Mingy Beef Jerky Bowl. I like the mild or the teriyaki, either one, Coach.
I haven't tried teriyaki. Mild's good.
Teriyaki's delicious. Hand off to Warner, and Warner down to the 40, driving those legs. Picked up about 3 yards, where it will be third down. And let's call it a long 7. Coach, Kentucky's got Missouri Saturday night. Who you like in that one?
I like Kentucky.
They're
but
favored by 14.
Yeah, I like Kentucky. Missouri's a good football team, though. They can score a lot of points. So it'll be a little bit of a test for the defense, but we'll see.
Second half just underway here. Tates Creek on the march, and they lead 10-7 over Madison Central. Workman,
nice.
He's got his man. That's Heron, and Heron has got the first down inside the 30. They're going to mark him at the 28-yard line. Good catch by Keyshawn Heron, and Heron had a couple of catches in the first half, Coach.
Heron did a really good job, on that play. By the way, that was one of those slant patterns that they're going to be open when the defense backs off, and the defense did back off on that.
Yep. So take it down to the 29, and 13 kept it out of the Wildcat, and he's going to pay for it, and that, of course, is McCaleb Coffee.
That's just Heron's second catch of the game, but boy, both catches he had were important. So.
I thought he had 2 in the first half.
Third down.
I could be wrong.
Correction, second down.
Second. Coffee that time carried it, and Workman out of the back in there out of the shotgun. He gives fakes to Warner, passes off the chest, nearly picked off.
Oh, Lord.
It went off the chest and nearly picked off.
That would have been an example.
Witt came in there 29 and almost picked that one off.
That would have been an example of what I call the Whitney rule. I can explain that someday, but what I call the Whitney rule is when the quarterback throws a great ball, it bounces off the receiver and it's intercepted. That goes against the quarterback. I could never understand that.
Workman steps up, 30. Workman, 25, and driven back, and at the 25 where it'll be 4th down. Coach, they've got 4th and 5.
It's Gaskins, I think, on the tackle.
Gaskins came up.
Nice job.
Yeah, Levi helped out on that stop. What do you do here, Coach? You got 4th down and 6.
Well, you're in 4-down zone. You have to go for it. You just try to get the first down here. Don't.
I thought maybe they might kick a field goal with that kicker they got.
I think this might be a little out of his range.
I don't know. Not according to that 40-yarder he kicked in the first quarter. That was good from 50, but there is a timeout by the Commodores with 9:11 to go in the third quarter. They lead Madison Central 10-7 here at Roy Walton Stadium on the campus of Tates Creek. It's fall break here in Fayette County this week. And, Coach, I didn't get a fall break when I was in high school. Did you?
Never heard of such a thing.
We never got a fall break.
But in western Pennsylvania, we got first day of deer season off.
Oh, deer season wasn't off.
But
you didn't get fall break, but you got deer break.
We got deer break. We got the first day of deer season off. I couldn't believe it.
You know, some great football, Coach, up there in Pennsylvania. I've been up there for that Great American Rivalry Series. There is some tremendous football. You know, we did that Catholic school where Marino played.
Yes,
up in
Central Catholic.
Pittsburgh,
yeah.
We did that game up there.
Yeah, my experience of playing high school football in western Pennsylvania, I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
We actually, maybe someday on the air we'll have time to talk about it, but I played probably the only half-court football game ever.
Is that when the lights went out?
That's when the lights went out, one half of the field. And they didn't want to come back the next night.
Right.
So we went ahead and played half a field.
Yep. And we do really appreciate WL Stats, Hugh Davis.
Oh, they do such a good job.
And the staff over there. It's nice having them right next to us here, providing us with stats here on the game. It's 10-7, and it's 4th down and 6, and the Commodores are going to tell Cam Workman to go for it. And he's going to short pooch kick it out of bounds.
Not good.
See where the official marks it. He's rolling down. He's going to mark it out at the 10-yard line. So Bernie Jenkins marks it out to 10. So Workman with the pooch kick, and it goes out of bounds at the 10. That's where, Central had that long pass toward the end of that first half that got them back to this game, and they've had momentum really pretty much ever since. That was a nice kick return, though, by Warner, though, of 37 yards.
Yeah, I think Coach Sims would have liked a little bit more out of this kick, out of that punt.
I agree.
It was a quick kick. You kind of want to let that thing. You have everybody covering it. Let that thing roll inside the 5. But again, I love this Tates Creek defense. They can hold them back here, force a punt. Good field position.
Miller gives to the second man. I believe that's Hahn. He's driven backwards, no gain. So Hahn, and the stop was made by Cam Stewart, the linebacker.
Just
game.
Amazing how fast these Tates Creek defenders come up to tackle the football. They get there quickly, and they get there in a bad mood, and you can't ask anything more from your defense.
Yeah, they get there and they're agitated.
Yeah, they are. These linebackers are cheating up a little bit now, though. Derek
Miller out of the gun again, steps back, pressure left side, throws it, and it's incomplete, trying to go to that was Warford, Antoine Warford.
I don't understand that. That's a good call. That was a really good offensive play. They caught them.
If he catches that pass with the blockers out there, he's got good yardage.
Yeah, he's going to at least get the first down on that.
That's got to be what, the 4th or 5th drop we've seen tonight from Central?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Running the middle screen too. I mean, there wasn't anything, I don't think, in his vision. Usually, sometimes middle screens fail because the quarterback can't find that window to that receiver. There's a big lineman in the way.
Brings up 3rd down and 10 for Derek Miller.
4 across defense.
Miller looking, sets, throws, and it's caught up at the 32-yard line.
They really did a good job. Miller did
that's that big tight end we referenced, Blake Muntz, 6'6" junior. Big Blake Muntz, there it is again. And what I always say, Coach, tight end is always open.
Yeah, they ran that 4 across coverage, and all the receivers got underneath those defensive backs that were dropping deep. Nice throw, though.
Mama Muntz is happy about that one. Big cheer over there on the far side for Julie and Drew. As a nice catch on a big 3rd and 10 by Blake Muntz.
Got him out of hold, didn't it?
Sure did. Got him out to the 33-yard line. Let's see. Miller can do something with it here. Miller. Quick toss to Holberg. He's got some running room. Holberg. And he's to midfield, driving down to the 43-yard line. Big-time run by Gavin Holberg.
If we watch this again, Gary, I think he ran into his own man. Big tackles downfield blocking or guard. Right about here.
Slowed him down a little
Slowed
bit.
him down
Big
a
number
step.
53. That kid we were talking about, Hammonds at 6'4", 315, Coach.
Hammonds was 30 yards down the field. He got some moves on him.
25, was that 25 yards there? 24-yard carry there for Holberg, giving him some nice numbers now. Holberg again, left side, 40. Holberg running and dives down to the 35-yard line. Pickup of about 8 yards. So last 2 carries, he's picked up 32 yards.
Did a nice job of breaking to the outside and getting that yardage. These guys are really good at spotting where the first down is and getting to the first down. So
Brian helped out on that stop. Elliott, the sophomore safety. So 2nd down, Central on the march. Coach, they're taking it down here. If they could punch one in here, a touchdown, they would take their first lead ever in this football game. They trailed 10-0 early in this game.
Yeah, and again, they're doing it the correct way. They're finding these weaknesses, little seams, and running the football and throwing it at the right time. Leaning.
There's Miller back to pass. Derek throws it deep down the left side. Runner streaking down there just off the fingertip. Well, I don't know if it really got his finger, but it was just off the reach there of the receiver. Incomplete.
It wasn't a bad throw, and it backed the defense off, too, so that was good. The defense was starting to crowd up there to make the tackle on the run, so. Yeah, you can't complain too much about that.
It was intended for Jarrett Mullins. Mullins is busy tonight. He does some punting as well.
Do you realize that we, on some information we both got, that Madison Central and Tates Creek have met 36 times?
18-18.
18-18.
Somebody's going to break that tie tonight.
Absolutely.
Give up the gut, and Diamond still going, and he's got the first down to the 30-yard line. Good effort there.
Doing a good job of holding on to the ball, I'll tell you that. He's getting hit. Bernie Jenkins down there as linesman spotting on that play.
Holberg.
Great referee, great official, by the way. Been around a long time.
Yeah, J.P. Hawkins, coach, made the stop there for Creek, but Holberg got the first down inside the 30. So Madison Central in the march. Clock continues to run. 6:47 here on Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard. Thanks to Mingy Beef Jerky. Also White Greer Maggard, Rafferty's Restaurants, Whitaker Bank. All our sponsors here, Coach, on the PrepSpin Network. Motion by Hahn. Give it to him on the jet sweep. Hahn dancing, 25, breaking tackles, and Hahn down to the 21 on the far side. Yeah, knocked out of bounds over on in front of the central bench over there.
They're getting yardage on the jet sweep, but Tates Creek is doing a pretty good job of stringing it out and forcing them into the sideline where you have that 12th man out there at the sideline to help make the tackle.
Yeah, helping out over there. Tiante White was helping out.
Knocked out of bounds by number 2, Cam Stewart.
Stewart helped out as well, but White was over there. Both linebackers. As Coach said, I asked Coach, I said, who's been making a lot of plays for you lately? He said, Tiante White and Cam Stewart.
And they're doing it tonight.
They've been in on it tonight, haven't they? But I tell you what, Holberg made that hurt. He's got a good drive going here. Give back to Chenault, and he's down to the 15-yard line, first down.
That's a little.
Here's a late flag.
Real late flag.
Carried by number 23, Freddie Chenault, tackled by number 26, Deontay White, gained a 6 on the play.
This might be unsportsmanlike, too. Last 5 games.
Flag.
Won by home team.
Won by home team?
So in this series, it was 18-18 coming in, but the last 5 been won by the home team. So obviously Central won last year. Do the math.
They're taking a long time to sort this out. This might be. They might end up calling this against a penalty against each team. Let's see.
And Chenault had gotten it down to the 15-yard line. They called it against Creek, it looks like. Yeah, you're right. They called against and we're playing that back, Coach. Look at the replay, Coach.
Yeah.
Playing the replay back there.
Yeah, a little personal foul against two guys. Got a little squabble in there. That happens when you get down there tight.
Football.
Officials did a good job with that, though.
Yeah.
You know. But that's the first down.
Join us next Friday night for another big PrepSpin game of the week. White Greer Maggard, Mingy Beef Jerky School Board. Coach, we're going to be back over at the friendly confines of Douglas High School. Boy, that's a nice facility.
It's beautiful.
Pass, and they throw it into the corner, and it's going to be, he dove for it. Great effort by Warford diving for it, but ball hit the ground.
His little back shoulder
Incomplete.
throw, is it really a good idea, throwing to the inside pylon there, the short pylon. But, one of the things you teach, let's see.
We don't have a monitor, Coach.
Still the same thing.
You got to really keep it on.
That's the personal foul penalty.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a little squabble.
William wanted to see that again, didn't he?
Yeah.
So it is 2nd and 10 at the 15. And inside handoff down to the 11. Pick up about 4.
Third down. This is a big down right here.
Gavin Holberg carry again. Try to check with Hugh there from WNC on this drive. How many yards for Holberg just on this drive?
We're looking at the stat monitor here to see how many yards Holberg had on this drive. We'll figure that out here in a little bit after this.
Yep. Drive is 11 plays, 79 yards. Holberg has most of that.
Right, driving the ball down the field.
So 3rd and long 6 at the 11. Miller rolling to the right. Derek just setting, throwing,
penalty.
And it's going to be broken up down inside the 5. Incomplete. Intended receiver was Ethan Hahn. So they'll bring in their place kicker, Coach, and try to tie this game up here with 5:21 to go in the third period. Madison Central going to try a field goal of about 32 yards, and this will tie it up here tonight. This would be our first tie in this game if he makes this, 5:21.
25.
Jordan Hatcher is your place kicker. Hatcher has it down near on the far hash mark at the 18 to be a 28-yard field goal attempt by Hatcher to try to tie this game up. Placement down, the kick is up, and it is good. We're tied at 10 on a 28-yard field goal by Jordan Hatcher. We're tied at 10, 5:16 to go here on the Mingy Beef Jerky Scoreboard Show. And, Coach, that's our first tie tonight, 10-10.
And, again, that opportunity to kick a field goal right at the end of the first half that Tates Creek had to pass it up with a really good kicker. Now the score's tied, 10-10. But we figured that this game would be a good game. Honestly, I didn't think the defenses would play as well as they're playing, but the defenses are playing extremely well.
You've had a couple of people in particular stepped up. Jeremy Cox, of course, we've already referenced Jackson Jewett and his 9 tackles in the first half. And I think for Creek, Coach, these linebackers, Deontay White, Cam Stewart, have stepped up, and you got to give credit in the backfield, in the secondary too, to Elliott Bryant, Hawkins, and those guys. They've really stepped up for the Creek defense.
Well, they have, but also that defensive line, especially those 2 inside guys, the 2 inside guards, the defensive tackles.
Yeah, Klein and Tishner.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of holding up those blockers so they can't get to those linebackers. Really nice defense, both teams. I think Madison Central's big problem right now is they can't catch a football.
Right. Warner back deep. He's had some nice returns. The last one was 37 yards, and here's Jared Mullen set to kick off for Madison. Low kick this time, and they got a dive on it. That's a free football, and they're battling. Creek diving for it. Central says they've got the ball at the 31-yard line. Central's sideline saying we've got the ball, waiting for the official to let us know who's got the football, and waiting for the signal. Madison Central thinks they've got it.
That ball might have changed hands 5 times in that pile.
Officials trying to clean it up. There's a scrum down there, of course, bottom of that pile. 10-10 football game. Madison Central's got momentum, and boy, this would really give them extra mo if they recover this fumble. Creek acting a little bit like they still haven't given us the call yet.
They're still piling up, fighting for it.
Central, they say, has the football. Madison Central football.
I'm telling you, that's a war in there. When that ball's on the ground and everybody piles in, when those officials are trying to unpile people, they can't do it.
They say Baker of Central recovered it. So Daniel Baker, boy, I tell you, momentum definitely on the side of the Madison Central coach. They were down 10-0. They scored 10 unanswered to tie it at 10, and they've got the football back. Daniel Baker with a big fumble recovery. They were battling for that thing down there. Went to over 5 guys saying, "That's my ball. That's my ball." No, that's not.
I've been in that pot.
It was like a couple
mess.
big sumo wrestlers down there.
It's worse than you can imagine down
They're
there.
kicking, they're punching, they're biting, aren't they, Coach?
Right, exactly.
They're kicking, they're biting.
And they're pulling that ball out, and you're trying to hold on as best you can. It's a lot of fun, though. Let's see what they do here. I mean, they really need to get in the end zone if they can.
They give now to Holberg, dancing. Holberg line of scrimmage and hit, dives forward for a couple of yards. That was Hahn, excuse me, Ethan Hahn. Ethan Hahn, the ball carrier. So correct that. Hahn and Holberg are very similar in stature, aren't they?
And they run kind of like
similar.
Holberg's a little more power runner, I think.
Got Chenault in there with Hahn and Warford.
It's a penalty.
So that penalty is going to move them all the way back to the 40-yard line. 10-yard penalty. So Central going the wrong way.
Yeah, there's a holding penalty. We didn't see the signal.
Sean Urey is your public address announcer. Does a great job, doesn't he, Coach?
He does a super job.
PA guy here. Those guys, that's just that's a thankless job, isn't it? Being a public address announcer.
Well, we give him some love.
Yeah, all the time. Here's Miller to pass. Fires left, complete. And that's going to be Muntz. And Muntz down to the 34-yard line. He gets half of that penalty back anyway.
He got some of it back, but again, they're behind the chains now, and that's not good against this defense, Tates Creek. They know how to play. They know how to play when they have you behind the chains. They really come after you, and they do a heck of a job.
Muntz took a pop on that from Elliott Bryant, came up and popped him, but not before Big Blake Muntz, 6'6", got 6 yards. 2nd down and 14. They've got to get down to the 20 for a first down. 4 minutes and 9 seconds remaining, third quarter. 10-10 football game. It's been a good one, Coach. Slide left. Give now to Hahn. Hahn slides out of bounds, literally slid out.
Wow.
Over there at the 32, brings up 3rd and long.
It was almost like they gave that one up at Madison Central running that play. Like Tates Creek jumped out in a 3D cover 3 look with a strong safety, and they ran right into it, man. They ran right into the strength of that defense.
You know, I don't know if you can really credit anybody with that tackle because he just slid out of bounds like he was doing a quarterback slide or something. But they credited J.P. Hawkins, the junior corner, with the stop. He's played well tonight, along with Elliott Bryant, the strong safety.
I think everybody on this defense has played well.
3rd and 12, 3:56. That clock stopped as he got out of bounds. Miller out of the shotgun. Derek straight back to pass. Looks, fires down left side. He's got a receiver streaking down there, and it's knocked away, incomplete. Great play there in the secondary by Elliott Bryant.
Wow, I tell you.
You know, Bryant is only a sophomore, Coach.
Did a really nice job. I mean, boy, he is just absolutely zoned in on that left side, throwing the ball deep down that sideline.
Yeah. And he goes down the middle, it seems like. And, of course, they're in 4-down territory at the 32-yard line with 3:49 here. Well, they got the fumble recovery by Baker. And
I think we have a timeout.
Yeah, we haven't been able to do much with the timeout on the field. 3:49 to go, third quarter action. 10-10 football game. Lexington Tates Creek, Richmond, Madison Central here on PrepSpin. Thanks to Mingy Beef Jerky for the Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboards you see right there here from Roy Walton Stadium. More football coming up next Friday right here on the PrepSpin White Greer Maggard High School football game of the week.
You know what, Gary? I admit, I'm going to admit ignorance on this. The way they've divided the districts up in town now, I'm a little confused about that. But it seems to me that this is a bigger district game than you might imagine because these two teams might be the two winners in that district.
Yeah, and you know Douglas is at Scott County this week. I believe tomorrow night.
Right.
Douglas is playing Scott County. That'll be a huge. I believe that's a district game for them, right? Because they got through into the Scott County district.
It is, but I don't see Douglas coming out of a win in that. I really don't. Scott County is just too tough, too strong, too powerful inside. Great running team. Run that wing tee to perfection. Super job with the quarterback hiding the ball. There's so many things they do right.
So you call the timeout here, Coach. You got a lot of time to think about it. What's your play call here? 4th and 12 at the 32 of Tates Creek. 10-10 football game.
You know what? Honestly, I wouldn't go for it. I would have punted here or quick kick it too.
Miller fakes. Miller looks.
There he goes down the
deep
middle.
Downfield to Hahn, and it is going to be.
Don't intercept it, please.
Incomplete.
Yeah, that's.
He did. Warner just went ahead and knocked the ball. He could have picked it off.
Yeah.
He would have been in the end zone. So.
But it would have come out to 20, but now they've got the ball on the 30.
That's
so,
a very good point.
You really don't want to intercept that football.
That's right. You lose 12 yards if you do.
Yeah. These kids want that stat. They want to have that interception, but they cost their team 10 yards too. So,
Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard 10-10. Tates Creek and Madison Central battling here. This series is tied 18-all. The winner will break that tie tonight. Take a 19-18 lead. Right now it's tied. Here's running left side is White, 40, and White still running midfield. White won't go down. He's at the 40, and let's see.
Out.
Yeah, he's still going, but they say he stepped out of bounds. 41-yard line. Great effort by White. He's going to pick up about 28 yards on that carry, Coach.
Right, and if he wouldn't have been bumped out of bounds by, I believe, by number 14,
he was gone.
Again, by snap, he was gone.
Snap. Every time you say that, Coach.
I know.
3:29, and Teontae White with a big 29-yard run down to the 40 of Madison Central. They had the fumble recovery, and they couldn't capitalize on it.
Tates Creek's got the momentum going now with a 10-10 tie. It's 3 minutes and a half to go
and
in this third quarter.
LaRon Warner, that interchangeable great backs of Warner and Teontae White, they have combined for player down on the sideline. I think he's cramping a little bit right there. I think that's one of the receivers, Coffee. So they're working on him. Coffee gets up. He's okay with 3, heads to the sideline. 3:29. Third quarter action. Thursday night football. It's fall break in Fayette County is why we've got Thursday night football. Back to Friday night football next Friday here on PrepSpin. At the 40, first down. As I said, Warner's in there. They get to Warner dancing. Warner inside to the 38 and then pulled down at the 38-yard line.
Yeah, nice job there on the defense. Levi Jackson again made the tackle. He's been really active.
Bonus coverage tomorrow night. William just told me we'll have a live look at Western Hills and Lexington Catholic tomorrow night. So bonus coverage.
I might go over to that game. I want to see that running back for Western Hills.
Yeah, we had him on the show. Did you catch the ball report last week? He was our feature last week.
Something else, I'm telling you.
Yeah, good little back. Already been offered by Louisville, Kentucky. Several colleges have already offered that young man. He is only a junior. Dead ball foul. False start. Takes it back to the 42-yard line for the Commodores. They're in the maroon tonight. Central in the white with the red pants and the blue numerals. They got the blue helmets. Richmond, Madison Central. A lot of great athletes over there at Madison Central, Coach.
Absolutely. Good sports program all the way around.
All the way around. Won the basketball state championship with Dominique Hawkins several years ago. Yeah. Workman looking. Throwing deep down the left sideline. He's got a receiver, and it's tipped up, and it's caught on the tip. Touchdown by Heron. Keyshawn Heron. Then snap, tipped it up, and right into Heron's hands, and he turned around, ran it into the end zone.
You know what? Madison Central has had so many problems catching the football tonight. Even on defense, they have trouble catching the football. Let's watch the replay.
Keyshawn Heron.
He just flung that ball down there.
There's the old tip by snap right to Heron. He turns around and Keyshawn says, "Thank you very much."
Thank you very much, Johnny on the spot.
Tates Creek back up 16-10 after Central tied it. Now the Combs extra point to try to put them back up by a touchdown. Been a good high school football game.
It really is.
Here's the kick up and good. So with 2:34, touchdown pass. Here's the play again. There's Workman letting it fly.
Snap, crackle, pop. Touchdown.
By Keyshawn Heron, number 11 there for the Commodores. Takes it in. Yeah, that's a good one right there. So Tates Creek takes a 17-10 lead. 2:34. We'll return here. The Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard, 17-10. Commodores lead on the old tip drill. You practice that every day.
Every day.
Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard. Folks, this is Gary Ball, and you hear my catchphrase, soup and a sandwich. When I want the best potato soup and prime rib sandwich, I head over to Rafferty's Restaurants after my games. Check out Rafferty's 9 great locations throughout Kentucky, and all you teens, you can eat at Rafferty's before those big ball games. The open prime rib sandwich is what legends are made of. Ask Joe B. Hall, the legend himself, it's his favorite. Rafferty's is a big supporter of high school sports throughout Kentucky. Rafferty's, where the special is you.
I wanted to get back on the basketball.
Back at Roy Walton Stadium, Gary Ball with Coach Mike Meehan. William Warfield, our executive producer. He's an executive. Hey, McDonald's. Got the McDonald's, Bluegrass area McDonald's start a game coming up on the postgame.
Yeah, right now, it'd be tough to pick it, I'm telling you.
17-10, driving Central back, and that's going to be another touchback, so they'll have the ball. Coach, I think, the fumble recovery by Baker of Central, they had it at the 30. They couldn't move it. And then Creek came out, and then sometimes you got to catch a break, and they caught that one, snap, tipped the ball up in the air right to Heron, who hauled it in and turned around and ran it in for the long touchdown catch.
They say sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. But, again, you still had to catch that ball. I mean, the ball's tipped in the air, and there's pressure on you. You have to catch the ball, get it in your hands and get in the end zone. So
Central's Derek Miller. What kind of numbers we got over there on the stats for quarterback Derek Miller on the WL stats, Coach? He's 5 of 19.
5 of 19, 1 interception, 85 yards.
Yeah, it does have the
one
touchdown.
TD, yes.
Yep. They give now to Warford. Warford's got some room, and then he's collared at the 25, tackled high at the 25-yard line. Antoine Warford and Cam Stewart collared him. I mean, he took him up high there, Coach, and pulled him down.
Do that again. That felt good, man.
Second down, pick up of 5, Coach.
Jerry, I just enjoy the heck working with you and William. I think this is just so much fun, and we both love high school football.
Oh, yeah. It's our passion. It's our passion. We could do 2 or 3 games a week, Coach.
We've done it before.
Yeah, enjoy every – one weekend we did 4 of them, remember?
We did.
Woo. 4 games in one. Give up the gut, and I believe that's Holberg running hard to the 33-yard line. First down. Yes, it is.
Holberg's looking for that crack. He just needs that one extra step.
What's Holberg's numbers now as far as the game? Holberg rushing 12 carries and 82 yards for Holberg. He'll get 100 yards tonight.
Oh, he will.
So 82 yards for Holberg rushing.
We're creeping down to the end of this third quarter.
Yes,
and
we are.
It's still anybody's game.
You're exactly right. 17-10 football game on our Mingy Beef Jerky Scoreboard Show. Thanks for tuning in tonight. Been fun. We got some special viewers tonight. Handoff right side. Chenault, and he's pulled down in the backfield.
Open the doors. They're just opening the doors now. The Commodores are opening the doors and getting in there too quickly before they can even establish anything.
Bowie making that play for the defense.
Like I said, I really like this Commodore defense. I think they can play with just about anybody.
Second down and 12 for Miller. Slides, gives up the gut. Chenault, and he's hit, tackled, knocked backwards. Chenault sandwiched. No gain.
Carried by number 23, Freddie Chenault, tackled by number 59, Noah James.
Noah James helped out, they say, on that play.
I mean, those linebackers, they're coming up in there. They're playing tight. They're getting a little too close, a little too tight.
Both teams, Mark Centers, his team kind of has his persona, the head coach. And Antoine Sims, his Tates Creek team kind of has taken on his personality, haven't they, Coach?
I think that's what happened.
Interesting how that happens because Antoine's in his 4th year here at Creek and Center's in his 4th year at Central.
They're both good, Coach, good people, too.
So 3rd and 12. And Derek Miller gets the play off. Looks, pump fakes, hit! And as he releases, he's hit and can't complete it. He had a receiver open.
Yeah, took too much time.
Mullins was open. Yeah, he's got to get up. That's going to bring a punting situation for Madison Central here with 4 seconds here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, he's got to basically he has an internal clock that's ticking, and he realizes that if you go past 3 seconds against a good team like this, they're going to be all over you. And he's lucky that ball wasn't knocked loose before he threw it.
Madison Central enjoyed a very good season last year, Coach. They were 8-3 last year.
They did. They have a real good season.
So here's the punt, and it's going to be Leg roll back inside the 30, takes a central roll to the 28-yard line. That's going to do it for the third quarter. We'll come back with fourth quarter action, and Tates Creek will have the ball at their own 28-yard line. The third quarter score, the Commodores of Lexington Tates Creek 17, Madison Central out of Richmond 10. We'll be back with fourth quarter and final quarter action here. Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard on the Greer Maggard Game of the Week.
I wanted to get back on the basketball court.
I want to get back to the ref I used to be.
I want to get back to gardening.
I want to get back to playing with my band.
Only one team is qualified to get patients back to living their lives. Bluegrass Orthopedics has physician experts to assist in your recovery, whether it's an injury or chronic condition. Bluegrass Orthopedics provides convenient, specialized, and comprehensive care for your unique life.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 956 Kentucky charities and community events.
Employees of Whitaker Bank volunteered 14,860 hours to better our Kentucky communities.
93 nonprofits that promote diversity and inclusion in Kentucky are supported by Whitaker Bank.
We share your passion, Kentucky. Love the bank that loves you back. Whitaker Bank is uniquely...
Workman out of that gun, and here's Warner running 40, and Warner up to the 45, pick up a 15, maybe 16 yards for LaRon Warner. And I tell you what, this kid runs one way, Coach. That's hard.
That's giving him about 96 yards, so he'll be over 100 here quickly. Holberg, on the other hand, has 82 yards, and he's close to 100 yards too.
This time Warner to the right of Workman out of the shotgun, twin receivers both sides. Warner again up the gut. Warner bouncing it to the 48 midfield and into Madison Central territory. I think they're going to give that ball, actually the nose of that ball right up near, right on the midfield stripe.
Kenton Humphrey.
Yeah, Kenton Humphrey, the free safety, a junior up there making that play.
Yeah, he just chested him, man, just knocked him down.
11:20 to go in this game, 17-10. Creek on top, and they have the football. Looking down, going left to right as you look down on our high-definition screen. Pass over the middle. Incomplete, trying to go to Gentry. And Gentry dropped it at the 40-yard line.
You know, the rushing yards in this game at the end of the three quarters are close. It's really funny. Madison Central, 30 rushes for 139 yards. Tates Creek, 31 for 146. So they're pretty even rushing the football.
Third down, and let's call it a short 5, maybe long 4. Give now to White, and he slides very close to the first down marker. His knee might have touched just shy of it, but Bernie Jenkins gave him a generous slide there.
He did,
and a generous mark, and I think that might be enough for the first down.
Yeah, he just got tripped up, and he just threw his body, so, you know, that would have been – that could have gone either way.
Yeah, and that's going to be enough for the first down.
Chenault has 35 yards in the first three quarters.
I'm liking this PA guy, Sean Urey. I'm liking his enthusiasm. So first down on the White run as he slid up for it. Here's Workman. Gives to White again. Hitting the backfield. Fumbles the ball. Central right there, and the Indians, let's see who got back on it. Creek says they were able to get on it. Central says they have it. And Central has the football.
I thought so, too. It looked like they got on the ball. We could get a replay of that maybe.
56.
Let's get a replay of that if
Jackson Jewett.
Again, the man. Here we go. Look at the replay.
Jackson Jewett with the recovery.
Fumble on the play, recovered by number 56, Jackson Jewett. Ball is spotted on the.
Are we going to look at that again, William?
Line, first down.
Here we go, Coach. Here's the replay. Take a look at that again.
Yeah, the ball was a good handoff. He just got up in there and got hit right on the football. Pops out just before it falls.
Who made that hit there?
And Jewett jumps on the football.
34, though. He made the hit, Coach. Jesse Cox. Cox hit him in the backfield and forced the fumble.
Nice job by Cox to get that ball loose, and then Jewett jumped on the football, giving Madison Central another opportunity. Now, they've had opportunities in this football game.
Pickup of about 3. Askew Davis, we were showing a replay. Who carried that last one?
Holberg.
It was Holberg with the carries. We were looking at the fumble replay.
Got a 3-yard
so
gain.
Holberg with 3. Thank you, Hugh. Quarterback fires, and it's caught! Down to the 35, down to the 32-yard line. Antoine Warford with the catch.
Man, I'll tell you what.
Look at these hands, Coach. Warford reached high up there, pulled it down. Defender draped all over him, and Warford was able to take it. Madison Central's on the march here, trying to tie this game up with 10:05 to play, trailing Tates Creek 17-10. And deja vu for Creek, because remember they had that big lead against Danville last week late in the game, and Danville pulled it out 27-24.
You're right. Again, though, this is going to come down to the defenses. It really is.
So Derek Miller, big 6'4" junior quarterback. Fakes, looks to pass, fires, and incomplete. Goes up behind Mullins.
There was serious pressure on him throwing the football. There was no possible way he could have got that off.
Yeah, it was a great job by
42 was right all over Tates Creek.
He's been outstanding. That's 42. He's been outstanding tonight in there. That's Isaiah McFarland.
Yes, McFarland and Cam Stewart both put the heat on him.
Deontay White, the linebackers, Stewart and White have just been spectacular. 9:42 in the ball game. Madison Central trying to move down, march down, and tie this thing up. Miller, looking, throws it over the middle, high and incomplete. Trying to go to Ethan Hahn, goes incomplete, and Cam Stewart was all over Hahn. You know what? We're way up here in the press box. We're pretty far away from the field, but out in the flats over there on the far side of the field, he had a wide open receiver. I'd get him the ball and see what he can do with it.
Yeah, but that was a screen play, and that he wasn't meant to be a receiver in the play. So they tried to run a middle screen, and one thing you can't do is overthrow a middle screen. He just threw it a little too high. Miller's got a little problem with his touch passes.
Our King of Streams calling for a fade over in the corner there.
They can go back to Hahn, I guess.
Hahn, they go back to him. 30. Hahn back inside. He's got the first down, 20. And Hahn down to the 29, maybe the 19-yard line inside the 20. Nice run, Coach. Before they gave him the ball, you said go back to Hahn.
Go back to Hahn.
They gave the ball to Hahn.
Yeah, but see, when you get that long yardage, Tates Creek drops back into that coverage. They back their linebackers off. They try to rush the quarterback with those guys, get a really good run off. That leaves a little crack in there for him to run. So that was a good call up top. Whoever made that call, good job coaching.
Central coach is way down to the right. The Tates Creek coaches are just to the left of you and I here in the press box. William Moorfield actually outside the box with the camera light. Miller firing right side, caught, and it's going to be down to the 12-yard line.
Yeah. See what they're doing now? They're throwing underneath that coverage. They're not trying to throw deep. They're throwing underneath those guys. Drive the ball down the field, get the first down. But here's where it gets tough, though. Tates Creek is so good when they've got you. You know, when you're down in there in the red zone.
Coach, I believe that was the first catch tonight for Harris. Evan Harris, number 7. First catch he's had tonight. That was a big one, pickup of 7. So Madison Central on the march. Yeah. Trailing by a touchdown. They could tie it up here if they punch one in here late in this game. Handoff, and Holberg going nowhere. Great defensive play. Making the stop again.
Number 42, Emmanuel Bowie, lost the one on the play.
They're saying we got a jersey. They called him Bowie.
Yeah, they did. Emmanuel Bowie.
42.
42. Let's see if I got it on mine.
That's not what we got on our roster, but that is Bowie, I guess. Yeah. So it's 3rd down and 4.
Crowd's getting riled up.
Miller under center looking, throwing, and it's going to be incomplete. Broken up, and Harris wanted some interference. It was broken up by Bryant.
I don't understand what they're doing. I mean, I really respect these coaches and what they do. But they were doing extremely well going underneath, running the football, throwing the short passes.
Yeah, Bowie is wearing 42 tonight. That's a change, folks. We apologize, but that's the roster we have. You know, I don't understand they can change roster numbers so much in high school football. Once it's set, I think it should be set. 4th down. Miller looking, throwing, and is it caught? Did he hang? No, he dropped it on 4th down.
That was a good, I think, it looked like a pretty darn good throw to me. Little out pattern for the first down, and maybe a little bit low, but the ball was dropped.
Yeah, Harris had it and then dropped it. 7:52 to go, and boy, I tell you, that was a good opportunity for Madison Central there. That
it was a great opportunity.
Harris was open. Ball got there, but that's one he should have caught, I think. I know you can talk about passes, but think you got to catch that one, Coach.
Well, it would have been a big first down.
So Workman takes over for Creek at the 13-yard line. Gives to Warner, and Warner not getting it anywhere. Tries to get a yard with it, but he'll go down at the line of scrimmage and be second down.
Ball security, buddy.
Yeah, he kind of reached that ball out. That was a little shaky there.
Yeah, it was. You got to cover that football right now.
Sometimes there might be a defender coming in and grab that thing.
They're going for the football. They're going to put that helmet on the ball, trying to knock it loose.
7:25 to play, 17-10. Second down for Cam Workman and the Commodores. They got twins out to the bottom. Workman gives to Warner, trying to bounce it outside, being chased, and it's going to run out of bounds after about maybe a couple of yard pickup, and that's it up to the 17-yard line. Stops the clock too, Coach. Going out of bounds with 7:06 to play.
That might have been a good time for the quarterback slide, stay in bounds, and let the clock run another 30 seconds. But now they're in third down in a good 6 yards. Tates Creek would love to get a first down here. Keep that clock moving.
You got a shout out tonight, I think, Coach.
Lynn, my wife Lynn, is watching the game on PrepSpin, enjoying it. Appreciate that.
Workman throwing, and it is caught up at the 28-yard line. Pulled in by Gentry. Mason Gentry, the sophomore, with the catch, and he picks up the first down.
Workman's pass is complete to number 18, Mason Gentry, gain of 9 on the play. That gain is good for a first down.
So Gentry with another big third down catch, second tonight. First down up at the 27 for the Commodores. White, handoff hit in the backfield and dropped for about a yard loss. And who else? He's been everywhere tonight, Jackson Jewett. And also helping out was Baker, who had the fumble recovery.
They still have White in there. White look a little tired here.
Cameron Workman, second and long. Blitz being shown. Workman fires near side. It's caught at the 30 and up to the 33-yard line. That's Clay. DJ Clay, the junior receiver, with the catch.
Clay did a real nice job on his route and on the catch. Stayed in bounds, kept the clock moving. Nice job. Good job of coaching by that quarterback or that receiver coach.
Deontay, or DJ, he likes to be called. Third down and about 3. They've got to get to the 37 for a first down. This is a big third down here for the Commodores. Otherwise, Central would force a punt, only down by a touchdown, 17-10. 5:42 to play. Workman looks for it, tucks it. Workman, and he has got the first down to the 40 and driven backwards there, but he needed 3 and he got about 5 or 6. First down to the 40. Big first down, big chain movement, moving the chains there by Cam Workman, the quarterback for Creek.
That was all Cam too. Cam took that step back like he was going to throw, ran a little quarterback draw, and got the first down, and he knew exactly where the sticks were.
Got the first down up to the 40-yard line. Triple receivers to the top. Motion to the bottom. That's Gentry. And here's a fake now. Workman tucks it. Workman in up to the 43-yard line. He faked it to Warner. And Workman mixes it up a little bit. One of the Madison Central linebackers, Jackson, and Workman kind of a little extracurricular after the play there, Coach.
Jackson said, nice to see you. It's nice to meet you here on this nice, beautiful field.
Uh-huh. The Creek is rising. Second down at about 6.
We had a player have to leave the field because of equipment problem for Madison Central.
Jeremy Cox.
Another big lineman.
Central coming in 3 wins, 3-3. Creek 4-2 on the season. Tough loss to Danville last week. Had that game won. Fake now. Workman passing high, incomplete.
Oh, boy.
Nearly. I tell you, there were a couple Central players that was nearly picked off.
That would have been bad, too, because that might have gone to the house unless Workman could have made the tackle. You know, it's funny when these quarterbacks throw interceptions. One thing that I learned a long time ago from some real good coaches is if they throw an interception, the first person you got to block is the quarterback because he's got motivation to make the tackle.
Big motivation. Third down along 6 for Cam Workman. Back inside to Warner, and he is going to be tackled at the 45 on a nice play by, I believe that was Levi Gaskins, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Gaskins making that play. Brings up 4th down, and Coach, Central's going to get the ball back. It's going to force a punt here by Tates Creek. So Madison Central will get the ball here with still 4:22 to play, and they're only down by a touchdown.
You know, the punter for Tates Creek likes to take steps to his right when he punts. You know, Madison Central might try to block it on this side maybe.
So here comes Combs' punt. Combs has a 40-yard field goal in this game. Kid's got leg. That's Ethan Hahn, I believe. Yeah, Hahn back deep at the 15 for Madison Central and waiting for the count. And, yeah, they took too much time. They were trying to draw, I think, Central offside.
Well, they did, but they called a timeout here before they got the delay of the game penalty. So, like I was saying, the kickers are really good in this football game.
Right.
The punter for Tates Creek is taking about 3 steps to his right when he punts the football, almost like a rugby punt. And
snap.
Could easily get a block on this if they chose to try. And then you always need a good snap. Let's look for let's make a point. Who's the center? Who's the long snapper for Tates Creek?
Well, the regular center is Logan Ryan, so I'm not sure. We'll check that when they come out. We'll see who the
it's an important job,
long
man.
snapper. We'll see if it's Ryan. I'll follow that for you, Coach.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
So we'll see who comes running out there.
He's got to have a good snap.
And
55? No. Yep.
55 or 65? 55.
I believe.
55 would be Yoeli Wasamba.
They're going for it. Again.
Pooch kick. Short. Goes, takes a bad roll as far as Creek is concerned, but very positive for Central up to near the 40-yard line. It bounced the wrong way.
It did. It was only a 10-yard punt.
That went a foul for Creek.
That's not good. Why did they not just punt it? Line up and punt it. Did they not have a punter?
Sometimes you overthink it, don't you?
Maybe. Maybe they had a punter injured or something.
Sometimes you just it's called overkill.
When I was coaching at Bryan Station back in the 70s, we ran out of punters.
Yes, sir.
They all got hurt. So Joe Richard lined up and kicked a field goal, but from like the minus 20-yard line. No, he didn't make it, of course. But it was like a punt.
It had been a world record. Here's Hahn, 40. He's got some room. 47-yard line, Ethan Hahn.
We were backed up on a minus 20. He lined up and just kicked it off the tee because that's all we had. We didn't have any punters left.
J.D. Hawkins making the defensive stop. Nice run there by Hahn. Picked up 6, maybe 7 yards. 3:24 and counting. If you're just tuning in to the Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard, but that's Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard. Looks good, doesn't it?
It really does. It helps, too. It helps us a lot.
3:14. Central, 2nd and 4. And that's going to be Holberg. He's got some room. 40. He's to the 30. Holberg 25 down to the 21-yard line. I'm looking out there. I don't see any laundry or yellow flags. That's a great run there by Holberg. Gavin, the senior, 190-pound running back. Let's take a look at that. Boy, he's shot out of a cannon.
Just
there,
a little
Coach.
power play, and he just hits the seam, and he runs right by the linebackers.
Wow. Stop the touchdown there.
But here's where they're having problems, Gary. They're doing a great job in between the 20s.
Keep running up the middle like they just did.
Well, they've got to just, if they're going to throw the ball on first down and throw the out patterns.
First down movement taking off was Hahn a little bit too soon. So
that hurts.
That'll move him back to the 26, 27-yard line.
That's a big mistake here when you're down there on the 20-yard line with momentum. You've got your power. Your offensive linemen are excited. They've been blocking. They're getting those holes open.
Yep. 2:40 to play here, 17-10. Indians trying to tie this game up here late with 2:36 and a clock running here at Roy Walton Stadium. Gary Mayweather Field. Mayweather. Ever how you say that?
I'm wondering, he may have been a soccer coach.
Could have been, like Todd Brett's. By the way, Todd Brett's in the Dunbar #1 ranked soccer team. They're on the Scholastic Ball Report next week.
Oh, nice.
Pass, Miller down the middle. Got a wide open receiver. Does he pull it in? No, incomplete.
That would have been a hard catch for a high school football player, but he threw it really well right over his shoulder.
Yeah, Warford was the intended receiver.
Yeah.
Well, we've called Brian's name a lot back there in the secondary tonight.
Again, they get behind the chains now again.
Yeah, they've got 2nd and 15. Williams outside the press box tonight, and all the bugs are out tonight, Coach, with all the lights here. These big lights attract them.
There's
Miller,
a draw.
Back inside draw. They got some running room and diving over people down to the 20-15. Nice run to the 15-yard line by, I believe that's Holberg. Yep, Holberg again.
Well, that makes it close now. You've got boy, that was a great job. So now it's a makeable first down here.
He leaped over that would-be tackler.
He did.
Holberg's a stud, isn't he? 3rd down and 5.
Number 5,
Gavin Holberg. Boy, you got Hugh, what numbers we got for Holberg now? Excuse me, Coach. Wow, 16 carries, 126 yards now for Holberg.
He's getting a lot of them in a tough way, too. I mean, just running off over people and diving over people.
He dove over him that time. 126 thanks to Hugh Davis and WL Stats. Gary down there, too. 1:20 to play.
Power backfield.
Central 3rd and 5. Slide to give to Holberg, and he's not going. Well, he got about a yard or two down to the 15, where it'll be 4th down, Coach, and a long 4 for Madison Central. I think they probably will burn the timeout here with 1:03 to go in this football game. And they would get a timeout. Timeout called by Central. 1 minute to play, and this is the play of the game.
It is right now, and you would like the offensive line would like to overcome. Well, actually, the whole team overcome the offsides penalty, the procedure penalty that took the ball back 5 yards. Take a look at it. They got 4 yards to go. That would have been a first down.
So it's Lexington Tates Creek 17, Richmond Madison Central 10. Gary Ball with Coach Mike Meehan, William Warfield producing, the king of stream, William Warfield, and he does soccer. Got a big game tomorrow night. Western Hills, a look-in game of Western Hills and Lexington Catholic. How about that? Only one outlet will give you a look-in game on a Friday night after the broadcast, a Thursday night special here at Tates Creek. That's PrepSpin.
What's a look-in game?
Means there probably won't be a broadcast like you and I calling the game, just be a look-in game, live video look-in.
Oh, that'd be neat.
So folks from Western Hills and Catholic can still be watching a lot of the game, just see the video. We'll be back. You and I will be back in action next Friday night. It's the Mingy Beef Jerky Bowl, and I'm expecting some Mingy Beef Jerky over there next Friday night, aren't you, Coach?
I hope.
I want some mild, and I want some teriyaki.
Well, it's not ours to get. It's the offensive. The coach that wins the game gets the big.
I know. So here it is. Play of this game. 4th down and 3. Central keeping they give it left side and bouncing back. Warford diving in. He does not get the first down on the stop by Creek.
You know what? The play was made by one of the big defensive linemen. He didn't make the tackle, but he was there, and when the runner cut back on the play, ran right into him.
Yeah, Warner, who also
we see that again, William.
One of the stars of the game offensively, just made that play defensively. LaRon Warner on that run by Warford. So they were stopped. So it'll be football for Creek, and
that's a big stop.
So Central has, I believe, 1 timeout left. Madison Central 1 timeout left, so they can only call 1 here, and then it'll just be the proverbial victory formation, and Creek will go to 5-2 on the season, and easily could be 6-1, Coach.
And it'd be 19-18.
Yes, it'd be their lead in the series.
19-18. You can't ask for anything better than that.
Yeah, it's a good football game here tonight.
No kidding.
Central had their shots there. They definitely had their shots, and Workman's going to take a knee already, knock backwards there. And let's see if Central will use. They might Workman knock backwards. Is he going to be okay?
Yeah, he's playing.
Yeah, somebody knocked him back, and they do get the final timeout with 44 seconds. Cam Workman. Timeout by Central with 44 seconds. So they'll have to run another play, Coach, and take a knee. And Madison Central came in here, Coach, and played well tonight. I mean, they had their chances to win this football game. It's been a great high school game here on PrepSpin, but it looks like Tates Creek, barring a late fumble here, they're going to escape 17-10, and they're going to move to a 5-2 on the season. The Commodores.
It's interesting. Take a look at the sideline here, and you'll see the way Tates Creek is huddled up on the sideline with Coach Sims, and I guarantee you what Coach Sims is telling them. He's saying, "Look, guys." you're going to win this football game unless you lose your temper.
Yeah.
Just take, no matter what they do, if they bite you, if they cuss at you, no matter what, when that ball snaps, you dig in and you don't do anything. You dig in. And on the other side, on the Madison Central side, you're saying, okay, guys, we're not going to make buttholes out of ourselves.
Think about it, though. It was 10-10, and this game was decided on a ball that was tipped up in the air. The Creek guy happened to pull it in, number 11, Heron, and turned around, ran it in for the touchdown. That's the difference, and that's the reason they're going to win this game.
And wouldn't you say that Madison Central has been their own worst enemies in this game?
Mm-hmm.
The fumble, the procedure penalties at the wrong time.
Yep. Workman and victory formation would take the knee again. Clock running down. Central, no more timeouts. They can't stop the clock.
That should be it right there.
So how about this, though? You mentioned it. Creek will take the lead in the series, and in the last 8 games in this series, the winner of this game has been either first or second in the district.
And again, that's important here. I mean, these two teams.
Creek in the driver's seat, Workman another knee, and that's going to do it. That'll be the last play. Tates Creek will get the victory over their district rival, Madison Central, 17-10 here tonight at Roy Walton Stadium. Thanks to WL Stats for a great job tonight. Coach, awesome game. Great working with you again. But we got to be thinking about our McDonald's, Bluegrass area McDonald's star of the game. Who do you like, Coach?
Oh man, I don't know. Let's look at these stats here real quick.
Yeah, we'll look at the stats before we pick one.
So before we pick it, because
17-10 as the teams congratulate with the handshake at midfield. 17-10. Tates Creek wins it over Madison Central. They go to 5-2. Madison Central drops to 3-4. And most importantly, if you've been following this series over the years, Tates Creek takes a 19-18 lead in the series here with Madison Central. So they break the tie there at 19-18. They have the lead. Here on the Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard, thanks to Mingy Beef Jerky, thanks to Greer Maggard, and 17-10 is your final score. Tates Creek and Antoine Sims, they win it here tonight, 17-10 over Madison Central. Here on the Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard, we know the halftime score was a running clock. It was 41-0. Henry Clay led Dunbar at halftime. It was a running clock in the entire second half. That probably ended pretty quick. 48-6 final is that one.
Man, that's sad.
Dunbar's what, 0-7?
Yeah, 0-7. I think they've only scored in 2 games, and that's sad to me because the program is just struggling right now. But whatever.
Yep. Any explanation, Coach?
No, I don't. I don't have an explanation. I'm not as close as I'd like to be over there. I was going to go to a game over there, or Henry Clay. I thought the game was tomorrow. Obviously, it's not. It's today. If we look at these stats, Gary, let's. I'm gonna have to go with LaRon Warner.
Warner, what did he end up with?
108 yards, 22 carries.
Had the first big touchdown to put him up on top, 10-0 after the field goal by Combs from 40 out.
Yeah, and he returned 2 kicks for 56 yards. So, he was involved in the game. Deontay White played a good game too. He had 49 yards. Workman 11 for 21, 128 yards and 1 touchdown.
Okay.
Take a look,
but take a look at Cam Stewart there. 14 tackles.
Yeah.
14 tackles.
That's tough, and again, this was a good defensive game. Yeah, maybe you're right. You want to?
You're in line.
You want to take a little
let's take
chance
a break
and do a little defense,
Well, whatever y'all think.
I like it.
What do you think, William? Defense, we had a player, Cam Stewart, had 14 tackles for Tates Creek.
Yeah.
So do we go with him as our Bluegrass area McDonald's
I'm
star
going
of the
with
game?
him. I'm going to take a chance and vote for him for star of the game.
Okay.
Defensive player. We don't usually do that.
So Coach's vote goes to Cam Stewart. William, you get a vote. Well, William says Cam Stewart, so let's make it unanimous. Cam Stewart.
Yeah, give him defensive player of the game.
Yeah, with 14 tackles.
That's my choice.
Hey, Coach. Cam Stewart come up here for us for star of the game? Yeah, sure. McDonald's? Okay. We'll get a plaque to him after. Well, we'll take a break. Here's a replay of the game. Here's some highlights, Coach. Yeah, we're going to get our star of the game up here. We'll got the plaque, and we'll just get it to him, William, as we head to the cars. We'll get the plaque for him.
And we've got to get Mingy Beef Jerky for Antoine.
We got Mingy Beef Jerky for Coach Sims, and I want some teriyaki is what I want, William. For the Mingy Beef Jerky Bowl next Friday night at Douglas, I want some teriyaki, okay? I'm just putting in my request, okay? Not that it's putting in my request.
Well, you keep talking about food here. You get me hungry, but, let's take a look at these first downs here. First downs, 15 for Madison Central, 16 for Tates Creek. Rushing yardage, 38 carries, 205 yards for Madison Central.
Look at Warner here, though.
180.
Warner with a nice, tough run there for LaRon Warner.
Yeah, he's gotten his yardage. And
that's Chenault, I believe. What a great stop there by Tates Creek's defense.
If we're going to talk about defense, let's talk about Jewett, also from Madison Central.
He's got his own tax service. We don't mean Jackson. We mean Jackson Jewett, not Jackson Hewitt tax
Fantastic
service.
Time. Yeah.
He was awesome. And, Miller's throwing was a little bit off tonight, but that was a great effort there and a great catch, and that was made by Antoine Warford.
Miller did all right, though. If you take a look at his stats, he was 7 for 27. That's not good. Workman did a pretty good job passing. He was 11 for 21 for 128 yards and a touchdown. It's pretty good.
Yeah, taking a look at that good second effort there by Madison Central. And that was Holberg. He was tough all night long, number 5.
The neat thing about this, Gary, is these players can go home immediately, put on PrepSpin, go and pick it up right away.
Right.
Take a look at these things and how they play.
Archived. And once we sign off, William, it will be up archived, right? It will be available to be uplinked and watched immediately on PrepSpin. And, I just remember last year, the Lafayette game, they played, I believe it was Boyle County. We left there about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, and already something like 4,000 people have watched the game. Remember that, William? So we appreciate it, and we appreciate WL Stats tonight for providing with all the numbers of this game.
And a lot of help, too.
Great help with spotting and everything. And Hugh Davis, he's the Ron Harrison, he's the man over there. We like Ronnie. He's a big supporter of high school sports, has been for a long time, and give Ron Harrison some love too over there.
Do you have like two identical brothers or something? Because I see you everywhere. You can't be two places at once.
It's got to be triplets.
You get around is right.
Got to be triplets. Ron Harrison. Yeah, we appreciate what Ron does for high school. Anybody, William, you and I have talked about it. I mean, anybody who covers high school sports is all right in our book because we love it, but other guys do it. Madison Central had a radio group here tonight broadcasting the game. So, they do a good job.
Josh Moore writes for the Herald Leader.
Josh Moore, he was probably either here or at the Henry Clay Dunbar game, but I think Scott County and Douglas play tomorrow night. He'll be at that game.
Over at Scott County, correct? No,
I think Douglas's offense hasn't quite caught up with their defense. I think their defense is solid, really solid. Don't you, Coach?
I do, but I think Scott County will wear him down and wear him down quickly.
Yeah.
They're just too big, too strong, too powerful inside. I would love to see Douglas compete and win that football game.
It's their first-year program. They're 5-1. They're ranked in the top 10 in the state in 6A big boy football, and they go to Scott County and they open up their season with Danville. They were kind of heading the deer like struck in that game a little bit. You just hope they don't revert back to that a little bit against Scott County because they know what a powerhouse that Jim McKee's got up there in Georgetown.
Danville's a good football team.
Oh, I have no doubt about that. No doubt about that. Because they beat this Tates Creek team last week.
Yeah, they did. And we've seen them play over the past couple of years. That LCA Danville game is going to be a football game.
Great highlights there, by they continue to run. Look at those highlights. There's Warner. He was all over the field tonight doing his best Kurt Warner impression, who was the quarterback for the Super Bowl champion Rams, I believe, wasn't it, at the time? Is that who Warner played for? Yeah. When he won the Super Bowl, Kurt Warner. Look at that throw. I tell you what, that's a nice catch right there. That's a big-time high school catch. Hey, we got to give a shout-out to some special listeners watching these highlights. They missed the game. We're talking about, of course, Diana Regas and Wilson in from Chicago. How about that? We got folks driving all in from Chicago. The Cubs win, Williams said. He loves the Cubs, Coach.
Yeah, the baseball playoffs are going on right now, and some people said this is the best 8 teams in the playoffs that they've seen in years as far as competition and how they match up. So.
Right. I haven't been following the base. Here's some more highlights. Does that have Does that have the audio with it, William? Okay, just the video. So these are highlights from the game. It was a fast game because it was a running game. There goes Warner again, he had a big night tonight. What Warner ended up with, Coach? 100 and you got the stats right there in front of you.
Yeah, Warner ended up with 22 carries for 108 yards.
108 yards
and, tonight. Did a really good job. About almost 5 yards a carry. You can't beat that.
Chenault leaping over a would-be tackler.
That was
there.
a heck of a play too.
Workman finding up the pop-up drill there. That's how number 11 right there caught the tip drill. He turned around on the tip and ran it in for the touchdown. That was the difference in the game for the Commodores. They win it tonight 17-10.
Are we not going to get our player of the game up here?
The coach said he'd bring him up here to us, so haven't seen him yet, but we're waiting for our it is. We're waiting for our McDonald's Bluegrass area McDonald's star of the game. And that's going to be Coach, with 14 tackles tonight, right?
14 tackles.
14 tackles.
Cam Stewart.
Here he is. Here's Mr. We got him up here. He's got the belt and everything. Look at that.
All right.
How many more highlights there, Mr. Warfield?
2 minutes.
All right, we just got a few more minutes of highlights. Let's get young man in here tonight. Cam.
We're real happy to have a defensive player for player of the game this time.
Oh, yeah, no.
Cam Stewart, you're a little bit out of breath, young man. We got some highlights going there. Tell us about some of those highlights. You made 14 tackles tonight, so you were in on quite a few of these highlights.
You know, I honestly really couldn't do it without my team's outside backers pushing the running back inside, and just everybody tonight was doing the job, and that's just how we made this whole thing work.
Yeah, your defense. I mean, you guys, particularly you at linebacker, Cam, and also Tiante White. You two guys, leading tacklers on the team.
Yes, sir.
You got a great camaraderie going there with you two guys. You were 14 tackles tonight, and White had 10, so 24 tackles for you guys tonight.
Yes, sir. And actually, funny thing, we have a lot of players out right now, but they'll be back, and they're coming back next week to play. But Tates is actually our other inside linebacker, but we had to bump him outside for this game. So for him to adjust, I honestly think this belt should be his for not playing a position that he normally plays.
Right.
Coming out and doing what he did like that. You know, I just think that goes to him.
Cam, we're still looking at some highlights here. You know, Madison Central brought it. You guys, you did have some key players out tonight with injuries from that Danville game, but Madison Central brought it tonight. It came down to you having to stop them there late in the game.
You know, honestly, that just reflects on our practice because, you know, we knew we had players out and we knew we had to prep for that. So we had players out of position. We just kind of went over and went through the motions and, you know, got everybody on the same page. And that's where that brotherhood comes in, you know, is even though we have players out, that that fight comes in us.
Well, Cam, show us that belt. Show everybody watching on PrepSpin that belt. You got it. We still got highlights, but highlights. William does 8 minutes of highlights, so we got a ton of highlights here. And now we're back live. Show them that belt. We're talking with Cam Stewart. This young man had 14 tackles tonight. The other linebacker had 10. They combined for 24 tackles, and he's showing you the belt. That belt looks pretty. Tell us the significance. It says Bounty Hunters.
Coach Smith, our linebackers coach, you know, after a while he thought we needed something, you know, because we have, like, again, that brotherhood with us. Right. But he said we needed something just for competition, like a friendly sport. Mm-hmm. So this belt's nothing but personal bragging rights within the school. So basically, you know, it gives us more of that drive, more of that push to, like, compete with not only the other team but your brothers, you know, and each other. So that's where that comes from.
You know, you pull this one out over this good Madison Central team, Cam. Last week you felt like you had that game, didn't you, in Danville? You felt like you had
Oh, God, yeah, you don't believe it. Yeah, it's crazy.
Thanks to Hugh Davis, stats guy tonight from WL Stats, did a great job. We're talking with Cam Stewart. We got a plaque for you. We do have a plaque up in the truck for you from McDonald's, the Bluegrass area McDonald's. We'll give that to you before you leave. But Cam, tell us about defensively what you guys were doing that was so successful against Madison Central.
You know, honestly, I feel like everybody it's gap containment or gap responsibilities, you know, because we looked on film and we saw, they pass it, but, our secondaries have the ability to cover that. So when we were watching film, or when we were watching film even on our own, we kind of realized that, you know, they run more in between the tackles and they run downhill. So it's more of who goes where and how do we maintain that position to make sure that they don't get the yards that they're trying to get.
Well, you know, 17-10 defense was a premium tonight. You guys knew you had to make the stop there late. What were you telling your teammates there late in the game when Central was driving?
I saw them getting hype in the huddle and talking up each other, so I was like, let's be some dogs in these trenches. I said, let's be some dogs in these trenches. Right. And I was like, they don't get a yard.
Well, it worked out, and I like the belt. And Cam, 14 tackles tonight. Is that a career high for you? Have you had? I mean, what's your most? 20?
I think, around there.
Yeah, 19, 20. I knew you're a headhunter.
Yeah.
You're a headhunter. So a great game, and you got the belt, and you're going to get the plaque from Bluegrass Area McDonald's. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you
Great
so much.
job.
I
Thanks for
appreciate
talking to us. Thanks for coming all the way up to the press box. And you're our McDonald's, Bluegrass Area McDonald's star of the game, and we'll get the plaque
Yes,
to
sir.
you.
Thank you so
You'll
much.
enjoy that plaque. Thank you, Cam.
Believe it. Thank you guys again.
That's our star of the game, William. He's very happy to get that plaque from Bluegrass Area McDonald's. We'll take a break and come back and wrap things up here from Tates Creek, where the Commodores win tonight over Madison. Thanks to Cam Stewart. Big game tonight with 14 tackles. 17-10. Creek wins it over Madison Central. We'll be back and wrap it up here on the PrepSpin Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard. Boy, these highlights are fantastic. They keep running. They keep running. We'll be back here on PrepSpin and wrap things up.
Kentucky.
At Lexington Diagnostic Center, we love athletes.
We understand that when you are injured, the results of an MRI, CT scan, or X-ray can be the only thing keeping you off the field.
And that's what we're here for.
Same or next day appointments, front door parking, and our on-site radiologists make it easy for you to quickly get the results you and your doctor need. Call and compare prices.
We can save you hundreds of dollars.
We would love to help get you back in the game.
All S, all P, all O, R, T, S.
In Fayette Mall on Facebook and Twitter, locally owned and operated since 1972.
By the numbers, Whitaker Bank loves the Kentucky communities we serve.
Whitaker Bank supports 496 Kentucky schools.
Over 282,000 students benefit from Whitaker Bank's Kentucky education initiatives.
Whitaker Bank has contributed almost $441,000 to education programs for the advancement of Kentucky's youth.
We share your passion, Kentucky.
Love the bank that loves you back.
Whitaker Bank is uniquely Kentucky.
Hi, this is Gary Ball for Crown Trophy of Lexington. Crown Trophy offers youth sports awards, corporate awards. They offer signs and a full line of promotional products. They're located at 2680 Wilhite Drive on the corner of Nicholasville, New Circle Road, just behind Starbucks. Stop by and pick up your copy of our 85-page catalog. Crown Trophy is nationally known, but locally owned with 150 stores nationwide. Crown Trophy, the official provider of plaques for the Scholastic Ball Report and PrepSpin.
I used my credit cards over the holidays, and I thought I could make it work. But between the bills and everything else, I'm really starting to fall behind.
A lot of people out there are drowning in debt.
We're Atkinson, Sims, and Kermode. You can have a brighter future away from debt.
We've come up with a way to get you started for less.
Say no to debt. Get your bankruptcy started for as little as $78 today. In Lexington and now in London.
And we're back. Gary Ball with Coach Mike Meehan, 17-10. Thanks to Cam Stewart, our Bluegrass Area McDonald's star of the game coach, and 17-10. Hard-fought defensive football game here tonight, and Tates Creek goes to 5-2 on the season with a 17-10 victory.
I'll take that defense, Tates Creek defense, in any game that I've seen. I'm really impressed with those guys. And Cam Stewart was a man.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
14 tackles, and that wasn't a career high for the young man.
That's what he said. I know.
So, not a career high.
Great game, Gary. A lot of fun.
Yeah, a lot of fun. Our next broadcast here on PrepSpin next Friday night at 7:30. We'll be over at the new high school, Frederick Douglass High School, where they'll bring in either 5 or 6 wins. The Mingy Beef Jerky Bowl. That's right, one of our corporate partners, Mingy Beef Jerky, here on PrepSpin. It's the Mingy Beef Jerky Bowl over there and the Mingy Beef Jerky scoreboard here on PrepSpin. Great job, our producer, William Moorfield, the king of stream. For Coach Mike Meehan, this is Gary Ball saying thanks for joining us on PrepSpin. 17-10, Lexington Tates Creek knocks off Richmond Madison Central, and Tates Creek moves to 5-2, and they move to 1-0 in the district. And in the series, Coach, they take a 19-18 lead over Madison. One game. So for Coach Meehan, William Moorfield, this is Gary Ball. So long from Roy Walton Stadium on the campus of Lexington Tates Creek High School.